Our capabilities are not the same, our military and yours. Remember, this is not a fair fight. And we know what military assets you are moving and where you are moving them to.
Hegseth says President Trump is committed to maintaining the successful blockade of Iranian ports for as long as it takes. A Pakistani delegation meets in Tehran, hoping for more U.S.-Iran talks before the two-week ceasefire ends.
Pakistan's army chief is meeting with Iranian officials for talks in Tehran. It's the latest diplomatic move to ease tensions in the region and arrange a second round of negotiations between the United States and Iran.
Correspondent Ken Lorman. Parts of the central U.S. and Great Lakes region cleaning up after several days of severe weather.
Wisconsin's Department of Natural Resources has been watching levees around the city of Portage, where rainfall swelled waters to nearly 19 feet on Wednesday. This woman lives near the river.
We just don't need no more rain.
Record rainfall in the state flooded streets and trapped drivers. In Madison, 2 trees fell onto Jeremy DeFall's home.
I was like a little bit frightened. And when I look outside, it was worse than I ever seen.
In Michigan, powerful storms overnight damaged 2 ice arenas and flooded streets. Some public school buildings sustained structural damage in Ann Arbor. All audio courtesy of WKOW. I'm Donna Warder.
And ahead of this morning's Wall Street opening bell, the Dow futures are up 126 points. NASDAQ futures 46 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
It's been a tough Saturday on the lake. I ordered swim trunks in this orange cream color, but it's actually more orange auburn. Oh, and it's swimwear. I probably can't even return these.
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Pakistan's military is boasting of its successful weapons test at sea.
Pakistan's Navy has announced the successful test firing of a new locally developed anti-ship missile. In a statement, the military said the missile accurately engaged its target with high speed at extended range. The missile improves on earlier systems with an advanced guidance package and enhanced maneuverability. Pakistan's military often test fires domestically developed missiles, and its missile program is mainly aimed at countering any potential threats from neighboring India. I'm Karen Shemath.
An Australian judge has rejected an appeal by former U.S. Marine Corps pilot Daniel Duggan to avoid extradition to the U.S. over allegations that he illegally trained Chinese military aviators more than a decade ago. Duggan has denied the allegations, calling them political posturing. News and analysis at townhall.com. A race for an open House seat in New Jersey goes to the polls today.
Analia Mejia will try to expand Democratic momentum in New Jersey as she and Republican Joe Hathaway compete in Thursday's special election to fill the U.S. House seat vacated by Mikey Sherrill when she was elected governor last year. Mejia, who has support from Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, emerged from a crowded Democratic primary in February, while Hathaway, a council member in suburban Randolph, was unchallenged. The contest will decide which party controls the seat in the closely divided House, with midterms of President Donald Trump's second term on the horizon. Bernie Bennett reporting.
Democrats are crowing about eye-popping fundraising hauls in some of this year's more competitive Senate contests. In one of them, Texas Democratic Senate candidate James Tallarico's campaign says that he collected approximately $27 million first 3 months of the year. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder. the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil witch and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to it. Hope your Thursday's going amazingly well. Got another sunshiny, bright morning out there. It's already in the 60s. Feeling good?
Yes.
Nice day. Gonna be a nice one today.
Beautiful.
Today, like 80. And sunny. Winds west 10 to 15. Not too bad.
It was a little hot yesterday. It was a little excessive.
Yeah. Actually, we're going to get a little warmer.
Yeah. I think as long as you just avoid direct sunlight, you're for the most part okay.
But today is like the last. Well, actually, tomorrow's supposed to be warm too, but the winds are picking up, and then it gets cold for the weekend.
Yeah.
And cold like here, like 70. But other parts of the state, they're getting deep freeze.
Oh,
like
I know.
up north, I think they're this weekend they're getting a deep freeze here in April.
Nice.
Probably some of them higher elevation areas.
I'll be honest. A lot of the finer campsites that I've been looking at heading towards are up north, Angel Fire, Taos area. There's some gorgeous spots up there.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, buddy. Backpacking country.
Yep. Careful though. Those are some of those places like you hear every once in a while about somebody's car goes off the road and they're missing for a week. That's like up there.
Oh no, hundo P. Yeah. That's some untraveled country.
Yeah. So yeah, you get to test your straws and all that stuff out there. So.
I'll do the Parent Trap thing where I get the 2 sticks and.
There you go. Just looking for water.
Keep the. Oh no, that's the divining rod. I'm talking about the thing in the Parent Trap where she clicks the sticks together to keep the bears away.
Oh yeah. Well, noise does work. If it's a black bear.
Yeah.
Well, any noise they
just say they just say get big. And I've been watching a lot of these fail videos where a bear will just come up and you'll just see some guy just go. Rrr!
Yeah. Not usually. They're Now, if it's
time.
like a grizzly.
Yeah.
And
now, if you smell like beef.
Yeah.
Then it doesn't really matter.
But yes, most of the bear you can kind of. But don't look for that. But if you come across that situation,
right?
Just say it. So. I'm just going to try to segue this, and then I was thinking, I'll just crowbar it in. But when you do go,
yes,
on your emergency trip, if it's on Tuesday next week, swing by Dion's Pizza between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m. Because not only can you stock up for fuel for your trek.
See, this is it. 5 and 8 p.m. You go and you have your backpacking trek. You come back, you're a little fan, hungry. You haven't really eaten. You had a mountain house, like freeze-dried meal for lunch.
There you go.
You added like half a canteen of water. So you're hungry, but you're hungry for something good.
Yeah.
That's when you head to Dion's.
So head to Dion's next Tuesday night, April 21st. It's going to be their next community night.
Yes.
And they do this, every so often where a different organization or group they'll donate a portion of the sales between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m. back to the organization. So if you eat, and it doesn't matter if you order online or dine in or however you get the Dion's, it helps them. Tomorrow night or Tuesday night, it's going to be the Goddard High School Band, the Big Blue Crew. That's who's going to be the beneficiaries. So that'll be April 21st. At Dion's, there on South Main and West Wildy. Come check it out. And remember, all sales between 5 and 8 will go to the Goddard Big Band there. So that's a pretty cool deal there. So great way to help them out. And I swear to myself, the next time I get Dion's, I'm going to get something other than the turkey sandwich. I'm going to go either pastrami or I think I need to try that meatball bad boy too. So I don't know. I gotta venture out. I keep pigeonholing myself over there. because I find something I like, and then I just kind of, I know there's other good things. I just got to break off. That's what I got to do. But Tuesday night. Let me give you the rundown real quick. We do have a full slate for you today. We are going to replay our interview this hour. Crystal Noble with the Humane Society joined us last week to give us an update on Thursday, so we'll play that for you here in just a few. We'll have the folks in the Roswell Symphony Orchestra join us next hour. Maestro John Farrow will join us and talking about their big show this weekend at the Pearson. Ravel and Tchaikovsky, that's this Saturday night at the Pearson Auditorium. And then Caroline Brooks with the Roswell Museum and Art Center is going to join us in the 9 o'clock hour. Tonight, they're going to have a mix and mingle. They're looking for they're inviting folks to come out to Stellar Coffee tonight, looking for ideas, things for the envisioning of the new Roswell Museum and Art Center, and they're looking for the public's opinion. So they're coming out and nosh on a little Stellar and join them, and that's going to be this evening from 5:30 to 8. So she'll join us to talk about that.
The Museum of the People, by the people, and for the people.
There she blows.
And I will tease, because in order to do the proper presentation and taste test,
yes,
I still require a couple more ingredients. But
okay,
I will say my mystery item arrived.
Okay,
and I'm very excited. It was actually really cool how it arrived too, because I've never ordered a perishable item like this via mail.
Does it require cooling? I think?
Well, because yesterday was kind of a hot day, and they left it just sitting on my porch. I'm like, oh no. But I opened it, and there's inside of the cardboard box is this, like, it's not like regular foam. It's like there's two pieces of plastic film with this foam in between it, and it made like a little makeshift cooler. Inside was it was like an ice pack basically, but it was melted already. So I guess the benefit of this is I got a free ice pack too.
Score.
You never know. Hey, can come in handy.
Exactly. You never know when you get an out.
Travel situations, I throw the ice pack in there, keep stuff cooler longer.
You got the kids, they always bumping and bruising. Get the ice pack out, put it on the knee or whatever.
That's a much more practical solution. I'm thinking of survival. You think about my kids. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Good looking out.
But cool.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll tell you this. I think they're getting worse with that technology.
Yeah?
Yeah, and my case in point is Omaha Steaks.
They usually it's dry. I would think with like higher end companies, they probably send out stuff in dry ice.
But even the Omaha Steaks of the world have gone down.
Really?
Like, because back in the day, several years ago, you get a styrofoam cooler, and you get the styrofoam cooler, and then the cooler had the dry ice, and it was and your boxes were frosty ice frozen. I got my the last 2 years I've gotten, because every year I got family it's just like by default they send us an Omaha steak package for Christmas every year.
Right.
So we've been getting them for pretty much every year for years now. And the last 2 years, they ain't coming in the styrofoam cooler. They're coming in a cardboard box with that thing, but it's all like kind of moist and collapsy, and the dry ice is all gooey. It's like, and the boxes are semi-flaccid. It's really not good.
Yeah, dry ice doesn't really keep well in warm environment. I mean, it will keep, but it doesn't keep well.
So I would argue they're cheaping out on us here. Go back to the styrofoam cooler.
The cooler. I miss the cooler.
Not to mention it's a cooler you got all the time. You know, there's a great,
I'm so excited for my free ice pack. I can't imagine getting a whole cooler.
People pay dozens of dollars for those at the grocery store. They were up in the grocery store up top next to those lawn chairs. They had those coolers and those lawn chairs.
You know the ones that squeak with every bump in the road.
Yeah, exactly. So, exactly.
Those ones.
So, so go back to that. That's what I'm saying.
I would agree, but all in all, it was everything seemed to be okay. I got them immediately into the refrigerator, so I think we're safe.
We're safe.
Yeah.
All right. So
and we're not dealing with anything like like foodborne pathogens.
Okay.
There's no.
So we had another day out or what?
No, it'll be today.
Okay.
I have them on my person. I almost brought them in here, but I'm like, for presentation's sake, I want to make sure I have the other stuff too, because I want to test these against a homemade version.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, maybe in the 9 o'clock we'll do that right before the museum ladies. That'll be a good time.
The museum, they're all about exploration. We're going to explore.
There you go.
Going to get weird with it.
Sharing cultures. I'm assuming this is some other culture's food.
No.
Oh, it's ours.
It's very much ours.
Okay. All right. I was just checking.
Matter of fact, I would argue there may not be anything more our culture than this.
Well, Well, I'm going to tell you right now, and then we got to move on. This is one trend that I am not on board with. This whole, I can't just have a regular cheeseburger. I need it swimming in a mountain of cheese goo. I'm so sick of this trend.
I've been listening to the Dan Soder podcast, and he had John Oliver on the other day, and they were talking about, he's like, it's too much cheese. Like, I understand that people like the cheese, but it's too much cheese. You can't eat your... The one that got me was, I saw it, it was like there's like I think Wolfgang Puck or something, like one of his restaurants, or some high-end. They bring out your burger, and there's a metal ring on top.
I've seen these.
Fill it with cheese.
I've seen these videos.
And then they pull the ring, and it just claps all over you. You can't eat that.
You just destroyed the cheeseburger.
Right.
I mean, it's the whole point of it's portable.
Right.
Now you're turning into, it's like, I love a good smothered burrito every once in a while, but the whole point of having a burrito is to carry it around with.
Now, the one place where I'm okay with the too much cheese concept, I've only seen this from one place here in town. I'm sure the other places do it, but it's on top of a regular burger is a disc of fried cheese.
I've seen that once.
So it's
or
like
twice.
hard, like crisp.
Yeah, it's like a sheet.
Yeah. And it sticks out a little bit. So it makes it harder to eat, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But that, I feel like, the idea of the crispy crunch with the cheese flavor.
We are coming up on May here, which is Kentucky Derby season.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Well, that sandwich would be a perfect, because you know how they're all about the hats and the big hats and everything?
Big hat.
It's called the Big Hat Burger.
The big sandwich. And of course,
you go pair it with a mint julep.
Nice mint julep, yeah.
There you go. I believe that's a knee. All right, let's...
I will say this. The couple of times I've had a mint julep, it is not a pleasant experience.
I've never had one. I don't know.
They're refreshing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's just you're invariably going to have to chew back the mint.
Yeah.
Because it's going to come up, whether through the straw or you're going to get mint in your mouth. And it's not a pleasant experience.
Well, it's mint. It's supposed to make your breath fresh.
Once you've muddled it, the mint kind of goes into the beverage. Now you're just left with kind of chewing on a leaf.
I'm guessing back in the day, back in the Civil War times, and they were drinking their mint juleps on the porch, they didn't have toothbrushes, so their mints were good.
Nice mouthful of mint. It'll do you well.
Do you a favor.
Before the oral beat.
That's right. All right, 7:17. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty warm for the next couple of days and fair weather. We have high pressure overhead, sunshine, and mid to upper 80s for today. For the overnight hours, down around 50, breezy, and a few clouds. Little gusty on Friday. We're expecting mid 80s again and plenty of sunshine. Not as windy on Saturday, and it will be a little bit cooler. Sunny and 70, maybe a shower Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, I didn't scroll up, 45 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 32%. Winds are calm at the moment. We do have a fire weather watch that's going to kick in tomorrow, actually. That's for tomorrow. So for today, just garden variety hot. But you know how it is. It's even though we got the fire weather watch tomorrow, the risks are still pretty good today. Sunny, high of 87 today. South winds 5 to 10 this morning, 15 to 20 for this afternoon. Partly cloudy tonight, overnight low of 50, south winds 15 to 20. They'll drop down 5 to 10 after midnight. Friday, once again, mid-80s, sunny and 86. Winds will be out of the southwest, 5 to 15 early. As the day progresses, winds pick up 15 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. Then things cool down for the weekend, sunny and 70, near 70 for a high. Winds out of the north, 10 to 15. Sunny and 69 on Sunday. They do talk of a slight chance of some showers Sunday night. We'll see. Mid-70s for Monday and then back into the mid-80s by Tuesday of next week. All right, it is 7:19. We're going to take a commercial break here. And then on the other side, our interview with Crystal Noble from the Roswell Humane Society. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Feeling underwater? Van Matt and the J Squad at Roswell Nissan are ready to pull you out of the sea of fees and into your next new or pre-owned vehicle.
With rates as low as 1.9% and payments as low as $199 a month, plus as little as $1 down on a brand new vehicle. And we're talking rock bottom, under the sea prices. And 100% credit approval is the goal. Drive in now and get more for your trade than anywhere else. The Underwater Trade Payoff Event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Artesia General Hospital presents seasonal reminders for a healthier spring. With new growth all around us, spring is the perfect time to refresh your health. Start with the air you breathe. Replace home air filters and reduce allergens indoors. Step outside and move your body daily. Even a short walk can improve mood and heart health. Add colorful fruits and vegetables to your meals for natural energy and immune support. And don't put off preventive care. A simple checkup today can make a big difference tomorrow. Make this spring your healthiest yet. These healthy living reminders are brought to you by Artesia General Hospital, ready to take care of you and your family.
Come on, 2, 3.
Direct from the $1 Million Quartet National Tour, Spencer Theater presents Lance Lipinski and the Lovers. Saturday evening, April 25th at 7 p.m. Lance has the rapid-fire fingers of Jerry Lee, wears the swagger of Elvis, and you'll hear Chuck Berry, Buddy Holly, Little Richard, and the Beach Boys. Lance electrifies the keyboard with unforgettable energy. See Lance Lipinski and the Lovers. Saturday evening, April 25th at the Spencer Theater. Telephone the box office, 575-336-4800 or visit SpencerTheater.com.
I have a snake for your drain. You might want to step back.
Oh no, baby.
All AC units moke a little. Is normal.
Oh no, baby.
Aha! Now your sprinkler system's strong like bull.
Come on now. Don't let any fool work on your plumbing and air conditioning.
Fergalicious.
From clogged drains to sprinkler systems, Fergie's Plumbing and Heating is on the job. And who are you going to call for air filters and spring servicing on your AC unit?
Fergalicious.
Call Fergie's today, 622-2660. Nothing but love.
Fergalicious.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 5,700 current Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success, that's what we're about.
Step back in time and experience the medieval magic of the Lincoln Forest Renaissance Fair by Oso Productions. Friday through Sunday, May 15th through the 17th at Wingfield Park in Ruidoso, New Mexico. From medieval combat competitions to traditional crafts, a diverse selection of artisans selling handcrafted goods, Renaissance attire, jewelry, swords, and more. Friday 4 to 9, Saturday 10 to 9, Sunday 10 to 5. Get your tickets online at LincolnForestFair.com. The Lincoln Forest Renaissance Fair, Friday through Sunday, May 15th through the 17th at Wingfield Park in Ruidoso.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
The 4th annual Roswell Honda Classic Charity Golf Tournament is coming April 18th and 19th at the Spring River Golf Course in Roswell. A huge thank you to Trans Aero Medevac for being our golf ball drop sponsor. They'll be flying overhead, dropping the prize balls right onto the course from their helicopter. Saturday, April 19th at 12:30 p.m. Come be a part of the golf ball drop at the Roswell Honda Classic Charity Golf Tournament, April 18th and 19th at Spring River Golf Course in Roswell. See you on the green.
You thought it was loving to do this.
Want to come back to my place?
Which resulted in this. What is loving is paying your child support. To support them. Do the loving thing and pay your child support today.
Payment processed. Payment received.
Contact the Child Support Services Division and meet your monthly obligation for your children. Visit yes.nm.gov or call 1-800-283-4465. Brought to you by the HCA, the NMBA, and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 47.2% of all statistics are made up on the spot. Is this true? I'd say chances are about 50%. Here's Mike Winters.
This morning. Officially now, from the Roswell Humane Society. Crystal Noble back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's life at the shelter today?
Warming up.
Yeah, about to say we're almost, like today you probably can walk some animals this morning. But
yeah, like it's not too hot to walk. It's just.
This afternoon it might get a little hot. We're supposed to be in the mid 80s so maybe if you're going to do the walking, come by this morning, but this afternoon it might get a little too warm out on the sidewalks and whatnot for them.
Yeah. We normally tell people, like, as the weather starts warming up, early mornings, no later than, 10:30, 11. Because by noon, that asphalt is too hot.
Yeah. Yep. Even in the 80s, when I know it's not hot yet, but it is when you have no shoes on when you're walking out on the pavement. Yeah, absolutely. But that being said, we're always looking for volunteers to do that if you'd love to do. And in the meantime, even if it's a day that you can't necessarily take the dogs out for a walk, you can always bring them into the private room there and interact with them that way. All of that is good for them, good for you too, usually, and then good for their adoption chances.
It's emotional support.
Yeah, absolutely. So please just call and ask and say, hey, and they'll tell you, yeah, come on this day or whatever that is, and volunteer. I would also, if you want to volunteer as well, too, help on the thrift store side. They're always organizing and restocking and things like that needs to be done. I know Camille and her volunteers she does do a great job, but they can always use more people to help out there, I'm sure. So.
Speaking of the thrift store, as you know, we're talking weather's warming up. It's spring. Everybody's doing spring cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with spring cleaning comes spring thieving.
Sure.
So
I did see a post, I think yesterday on the Facebook about the video cam catching more piracy again of stealing donations and stuff. So
a lot of people are asking, why don't we stop donations after hours? We have signs outside that say do not leave donations.
People don't listen.
During business hours.
Yeah.
We don't have a drop box anymore for multiple reasons. One, it kept getting set on fire.
Vandalized and everything else.
Two, people were climbing in it. They were defecating on donations, doing other things
ended up
inside
causing
there.
more work than help at that point.
So we had to close it off. There is a sign out there on the door that says, please leave donations during business hours, which are Wednesday through Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't make it during those times and you need a pickup, call Camille. Schedule a time. She'll come to the house.
Absolutely
She'll get it for you.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll come deliver, come pick it up. Literally all you got to do is just let them in and come get it, pretty much. And they'll do it.
It's hard when we're, trying to raise money for the animals. But the majority of people that leave donations outside, their intentions are well. But we do ask everybody, please leave them during business hours.
Sure.
Don't leave them after hours, because 9 out of 10 times we don't get the donations, even though we get, alerted, hey, there's somebody outside the thrift store. By the time somebody physically gets there, they're already loaded
and gone and done what they had to do. And
it's more hassle.
And it's really hard to prosecute, even when you have video evidence, because at the end of the day, the value of what is being destructed isn't worth police effort to prosecute and through all the, you almost have to get a collection of it. You have to catch them 7 times before it's worth their while to do something about it. That makes sense.
Right. So if you have donations, you want to leave donations, Wednesday through Saturdays, they're open, unless it's a major holiday. We do close for major holidays.
Absolutely. If you've got something you want to donate, the best, just call, and they'll tell you exactly how to handle it. And that's, now if it's just a little few things, like I said, work within the donation hours. But certainly if you've got furniture or something larger, space-wise, because there is finite amount of space, and they can always use it. But maybe it's like, well, we already got a couple beds. Let's hold off till we get rid of those, and then maybe we can take your bed or whatever that is that we're looking for. So, but just call and let's get that. That way, your donation gets the best maximum use out of it. At the end of the day, will create less work and headache for you. Because that way, I know you're trying to be convenient. So I just dropped it off because I don't have time during the day. Okay, well, then let's pick a day. Maybe it could be a weekend. Even on a Saturday, they'll come by and pick up stuff. It just depends on everyone's kind of schedule on that kind of stuff. But they work with people's schedules all the time on that. So that way we can make sure that your donation truly goes back to making sure we can get the most amount of money possible to help these pets find homes. So.
speaking of also, helping us, if anybody out there, likes the old cookbook, thumb through some pages.
I do.
She's got cookbooks for 50 cents.
That's great. I can appreciate the internet, and in a pinch, the internet's great. But sometimes I like having the book there, and you're just like, oh, remember? Because especially if it's a recipe you really like.
You just pull the corner down.
Yeah, but now it's like, oh, I really loved that stroganoff recipe. Now I got to go look up on the internet again, and it might not be the same one. It might be one that's different. Now, you know what I mean?
Can't remember what it was.
If you got your stack of Betty Crockers or whatever the cookbooks are, they're there. You know what I mean?
Anybody that's into needlework, she has a huge variety to choose from of needlework books.
Okay. Like the cross stitch kind of thing,
I think
where
so.
they do the pictures and what have you. Okay.
I think so.
My mom did that stuff. Yeah.
She said she's got them bundled in baggies and just scroll through.
My mother did a lot of Norman Rockwell pictures with the needlepoint cross stitch stuff. It looks very time consuming, but look good when she's done.
It is.
Yeah.
Patience? Nope, don't got it.
You got to be a crafting type, I think, to do it. My mother was. I am not, but.
My craft is in different forms, and it's not with making blankets or needlepoint. That's not, no.
That's not your jam.
Nope, it's not. When I was a kid, I used to crochet. My grandma taught me, and then I would make her pot holders, and that's to the extent of that.
Yeah. No, my mother was a huge. I've told stories of her crocheting stuff. And she was kind of a big deal in crocheting. I've told the story a couple times. I may have even told you, but like when you go to like Hobby Lobby or whatever, and you buy like the books. And there's like a picture of the Afghan on the cover. My mother, she worked for the company. Like she would literally they'd give her the patterns. She'd make them, take the pictures of them, and give the picture. And basically her Afghans were the ones on, especially in the 90s and 80s, if you had those.
So the pictures of the chairs in those books are from your house?
Well, not necessarily from the house and some of those, but her place, the department or wherever she had them at the time. And, different. Yeah, she would take pictures of them. And yeah, the whole thing.
Nice.
Yeah, there was a side hustle for her for a little bit there. So anyway, but
Anybody
she did a lot of that.
That has the need for a pink twin bed frame for like a young girl, not quite teenager yet, but not, quite baby still.
Kind of like a 10, 12-year-old maybe, that wheelhouse,
Yeah. It's just the bed frame. There's no mattress or box springs.
Okay.
It's just the bed frame. They have a brand new mobile room divider.
Okay.
So if you're tired of somebody, you just pop this thing up and be like,
well, sometimes,
I'm taking time out from you.
The siblings share room, and at some point, there's always that episode where they put the line down the middle of the room, and this is your side, and this is your side.
They the string up on the sides of the room, and they drape sheets over.
Right.
Yes. She has 3 mountain twin bikes.
Okay. You should get a lot of use of those around here. A lot of places to go riding bikes out here.
There really is.
Yeah.
Closet doors, the accordion style ones that, pull in, push out.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a couple of sets of those that were donated. They have 2 flat screen TVs, about that size.
About 40-inch? Okay.
Yeah. Not super big, not super small. She's got a very huge microwave, like you could cook a whole turkey in it.
Nice.
That thing's big.
Is it newer or an older one? Because usually I see big microwaves are usually like older microwaves.
I don't think it's super old, but it's not like brand new.
And by say
it doesn't
old,
have the lock on the door for you to have to put the code in to get it out.
Well, and to be honest, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just know that like back in the 80s and 90s, you had some big honking thing. But then again, you could literally microwave a tank in that thing. So
yeah. They still have the JVC stereo system.
Okay.
They have some vacuum cleaners. I'm not sure which brands. She just told me vacuum cleaners this morning.
They all suck.
They all do.
They suck real good.
Some of them suck better than others. They have a wood burning stove still.
Okay.
Anybody in need for a wheelchair, they do have a wheelchair.
Perfect.
They have a lot of walkers.
Okay.
Not the Rolade ones, but like the old school metal frame crack out.
Okay. Yeah. The ones you put the little tennis balls on the end of the cap. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, those. They have some smaller dog crates, so if you're needing to kennel train your dog.
Okay. So we got a little 10 pounder or something like that, good size there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, perfect.
And then they have A lot of people use them for like when they're traveling in their RV, like the pop-up portable fences.
Mm-hmm.
They have one of those for I would say a small dog because I don't think
anything big's going to bust out of that pretty easily.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
They have lots of comforters if you want to look to change up, your bedroom set or something.
And that's
kitchen
expensive.
appliances.
So buy it pre-used, pre-owned.
They are.
Yep.
Kitchen appliances. They got some coffee pots, toasters, blenders.
Great.
Clothes is all pretty much restocked, brand new. New shoes. This Saturday.
Is this curious? Gee whiz, curious. Like, because I know when you have season changes, and I know obviously people are going to be looking for summer and more warmer weather clothes. But like, in all fairness, if you're looking for like a winter coat, is now like actually a really good time to buy like. So, like, can you come get like a winter coat like on the real cheap right now if you want?
So I think Camille actually has like coats and hoodies marked for like $2 or $3.
Okay.
Just so that way they can sell them because people donate them throughout the entire year.
But ideally, you're like, I don't want this to sit for 3-5 months or whatever in here. But somebody's like, hey, I don't need the coat tomorrow, but guess what? In the winter, I'm gonna because my coat's shot.
Right.
Great. This is a $300 coat I just bought for $20 or whatever. You know what I mean? That would be or $2 in this case. You know what I mean?
Yes. And since we were closed last Saturday for Easter, this Saturday they're going to do the entire store half off.
Oh, wow.
As a pre or early spring sale.
There you go. So imagine if there's probably any leftover Easter decor or anything like that, it'll probably be there too.
They didn't really have a whole lot of Easter stuff. Because I was like, I need an Easter basket. She's like, you're SOL. And I was like, crap.
Or the grass, like that grass. Usually you get a bunch of that grass too.
Normally they do, but when they did the spring cleaning, I think that bucket accidentally got sent for spring cleaning.
I gotcha.
Not set aside.
Oh, well. We'll have to rebuild up the stash.
It won't take long. But they've got a lot of wall decor if you need, something to change your stuff up in the front room or bathroom.
Yeah, just give it a new look.
Or something. They've got a lot.
Maybe a color palette change or something, like change some throw pillows or change some
throw pillows. They always have.
Yeah, that's sometimes those little makeovers that you can literally do for like under $50 can make a real big difference sometimes in those things if you do it right.
And then I know there's a lot of people because in May is it Labor Day that's in May?
No, Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. There we go. They have, they get the flowers, the fake flowers. They take them out to the cemetery and do that stuff. They always have a lot of the woodwicker baskets.
Okay.
And then I know a lot of people like to hand make stuff for occasions like that. Camille always has a ton of that crafting stuff. They always have a lot of the fake flowers.
So if you're a crafter, you should just come on by and stock up on.
They do. And she saves, the nicer of the things. If it's torn up or overly used, it doesn't keep it.
Right, but if it still looks like it's got a life somewhere that someone would appreciate or use, and then they do it. But yeah, if it looks, it's like clothing too. If that's kind of the rule of thumb. If it's wholly and beat up and you're getting rid of it because it's not wearable for you, it's probably not going to be wearable for somebody else either.
Right, and however, fashion has changed to where, they're buying clothes that are more holes than you could actually wear into them.
Although, I imagine some guys have trouble letting go of those. Because all guys, like, the more rattier the shirt, the more like it we like it sometimes.
Yep. I made John throw a pair of pants away the other day. He's like, no, that's air conditioning. I said, no, that's trash.
I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm not one of those people. Now, don't get me wrong. I got some shirts that have got some vintage time in my closet. Don't get me wrong. But I don't hold on to stuff. Like, if it looks done, I'm like, to be honest, my one problem is shoes. I really have a lot of pairs of shoes.
It's got to be a military thing.
But I only wear like 3 of them. And at the end of the day, and to be honest, I really wear one most of the time. And then I'll have like 1 or 2 that, okay, I'm going to switch up to these. But I literally have probably 10 pairs of shoes or 15 pairs of shoes.
Got to be a military thing.
They just sit in there on a rack.
You still have your military boots, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'll wear them in the winter. Those are the best boots I own, man. They're 25-year-old boots, but they're tough as nails. I have steel toes because I work Flightline, so my boots are steel toed. So yeah.
I have totes of shoes from John. Those are my shoes when I was 14, and they're still so comfortable.
His boots are a lot lighter than mine because he worked probably combat and stuff. Where I worked Flightline, and so I had to wear steel toe boots, which are big, heavy, honking things.
I have no idea. There's totes with boots in them, and
He's probably got jungle boots and whatnot. Those are great, but they don't let you wear those on the flight line because of steel toe.
No, you get your toesies crushed.
No, yeah. Yeah.
But,
although, to be honest, if I'm dropping a bomb on my foot's the least of my problems.
I would say so.
Yeah, his toes are still there. They're about 60 feet over there.
Put them on ice real quick.
That's right. But again, they got all that stuff. So.
Talking about boots,
Mhm.
Terry, one of my employees, she's like, "Hey, they got Skechers boots next door if you need a pair of boots." And I'm like, "I don't need no more shoes." And she's like, "You always need shoes." And I'm like, "No, I have my cowboy boots, I have my dress boots, I have my cold weather boots, I have tennis shoes,
Right.
and a pair of flip flops. That's my shoe supply."
I'm gonna make a generalization. In the course of womendom, you were in the minority.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. I am not the.
Usually guys have like except for like military types because they literally give you so many boots and things you just want to because they're all quality and you're like, why would I throw these away? These are great boots. And but most guys they literally have two pair of shoes, and so
Our dresser is probably almost as long as this.
yeah.
It's on John's side of the bed. It is lined with his shoes.
Yeah. I got in our closet. We each have our own we don't have walk-in closets, but we have our own closets basically there's a hallway to our bathroom and there's these old closets we had and so in my closet, and so there's two, I literally have a shoe rack that's built in there and it's lined up. There's pairs of shoes on every one of those. There's probably 20 pairs of shoes in there. But they're organized-ish till the cat gets in there. The cat comes in there and knocks them all off, but because she likes to hide up in there. But
I had a nice little organization, and then he's like, "Oh, I like these shoes," and I'm like, "Okay, there's another pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, these ones are worn out. Okay, well, let's get you a new pair. Okay, well, we're throwing those away. Why? They're still comfortable. No."
I have gotten to that point in my life. It's like, okay, one thing comes in, something's coming out. You know?
And for the most part, he's pretty decent about, these are pretty tore up. Let's get rid of them. But then there's that one pair that's like broken just right, but it's not your daily wear. It's your, I got to throw these on to go do something real quick.
They just feel good. They feel right.
Yeah.
I get it. It's just that they feel like that's how they're supposed to be. And you don't want to get rid of that. Problem is, what happens, especially with sneakers, if they sit too long, then they start getting harding, you know what I mean? Like, especially if they're kind of beat up already and then they're dirty and then they get hard and then they lose that. They don't feel the same when you put them on later.
He's got a pair of Nike Airwalks or something. I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
But we had to run outside out in the back the other day and I just threw on his shoes because they were right there. And I was like, well, here we go. So I threw them on and we're outside walking. We come back in. I was like, these are actually pretty comfortable to walk in. And he started laughing. They're flopping off in my feet, and I'm like, they're actually kind of comfortable.
They got good padding. I like it.
I was like, you got them broken just fine.
That's right. Got my toe groove in it. Let's talk pets as far as adoption. What's the cats and dogs looking like right now as far as looking for homes?
I had 2 back-to-back transports for cats.
Okay. So a little light on cats right now?
I have more cats coming in. They're just not going to be ready for a little while.
Gotcha. They're quarantined still for weight or vet stuff or whatever.
Yeah, I have 2 cats. I have one named Spicy and one named Pumpkin. Spicy's pumpkin spice. She's occasionally jalapeno spicy, but for the most part, she's your latte.
Gotcha.
Pumpkin, on the other hand, new things freak him out, and then as soon as he's like, oh, then he's fine.
Gotcha.
He's a big love bug.
Just startles easily. Sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm in the pumpkin patch.
Oh my goodness, it's just a treat. Calm down. All right.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. But they're both super sweet.
Yeah.
They're around a year-ish, a little younger, maybe a little older.
Probably height-wise where they're going to be, but still got kitty mindset a little bit.
A little bit, yes. Yeah. As for the ones that will be coming in, they're coming in today. I have a mom with some newborn kittens. So that one will probably be a while before they come out of quarantine. And then I have a couple older cats coming in around 2 to 4 years of age, and then another one's 4 or 5.
Okay, which they're still pretty young. I mean, the cats, they'll live 15 years, if depending on the breeds and,
some live longer.
Yep, some even more on average.
So my quarantine space is limited to a certain amount. So I have more in the general area to have them up for adoption, but quarantine, I can't, put like 12 in quarantine to have 12 come out.
Sure.
So my refill will be a little bit slower with cats because I don't have a huge quarantine
area. So
area.
they're kind of coming out in stages a little bit
Yeah.
here. But you can kind of stay abreast if you go to the Roswell Humane's website, roswellhumane.org. You can kind of, you'll see not available next to those particular cats, but you can call and get updates and say, hey, how much longer, and they'll be happy. And to be honest, if one of these cats kind of strike a fancy and you want to, that's actually a good sign, because if every one of these animals, we want to make sure goes to their forever home. We don't want them coming back. We want them to be happy. We want you to be happy.
Yes.
And so by you calling and being not harassing, but being curious about the cat, that shows that, yes, this person really has an interest, and we believe shows the desire that this could be a good match for them. So.
And while they're in quarantine, that's when we try to learn things about them.
Absolutely. Their personalities come out.
Because not every one of them are owner surrenders. If I do have room for strays, we do take in strays. It just depends on...
And you have to learn their history, basically.
Yes.
Medical and personal wise,
And sometimes we have cats that come in, they adjust just fine and act like nothing ever happened.
Yeah. And same with dogs, too. Yeah.
And then we have some that come in and it is what we call shelter shock, and it takes them a little bit longer to decompress to realize that we're okay, we're good people.
My cat Reba, the one we got that we adopted here in the last 6 months, she's very go with the flow. Yeah, you're right. She grumbles, she gets ticked like any other cat, but she's pretty much like, you pick her up, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? She's
she's
kind of like that. Now, when she wants to be petted and you try to pet her, she gets antsy. She'll be like if you want to pet her, and she's like, no. And that's that young kitten in her, because she's distracted. She's wanting, what's Bella doing? Don't pet me. I ain't got time for that loving. But then when she's got time for it, she's all about it. But you know what I mean? But she's got that kitten in her. It's like, no, we're playing. Squirrel. But yeah, you're right. And dogs are the same way too.
They are.
You'll get, some dogs adjust pretty well. Others are going to have to be a much more traumatic experience. And that's why we always tell people, we remind them, whenever you see a pet looking for a home and you're looking for a home for these pets, whenever you see them at the shelter, you literally are seeing them in their worst condition. And what I mean by that, as far as their own mental health, is probably, it's going to be all up from here. Some are going to be adjusted and pretty good, and they'll get back and they'll be but ones that are a little shy, a little quiet, or a little reserved, those are the ones that kind of butterfly out a little bit once they find their niche and they get comfortable and they're ready to kind of open up to you. And those, to be honest, probably some of the most loyal pets you ever find sometimes. That's just the nature of the beast. But I just want to remind folks that you don't really always see the true personality of that pet
until you get them home.
Until you get them one-on-one and get it at least. And that's why we say put them in the private room. That way you're not going to get a full spectrum, but you can at least... It gives the pet a chance to let its hair down a little bit and in a relaxed environment, and so it can kind of feel calm to lay down with you for a minute and let you pet them and do those things.
And if the weather's nice, like it is now, like a lot of the times we'll offer to harness them up and let you take them to the park for a walk.
Oh, a little walk and stuff, that'd be nice.
Because outside of the shelter, coming from the kennels up to the front, is a change, but also coming from inside the front office to going outside to the park, there's a change too.
Sure.
And we tell everybody, their personalities are going to develop, they're going to grow, they're going to mature.
Plus, that's
once
also
they bond with the family.
Yeah, and that also kind of sets that establishment of pet owner, because when you're putting them on the walks and you're doing it, and so they kind of know, all right, this is a cool thing, but at the end of the day, I'm at the control of the person at the other end of the leash. And
right.
And so when they're young, and all dogs and cats, well, not cats because they ain't walking cats, but all dogs, generally the first time on a leash, they're either really excited and they're not too keen on going where you want to go. They want to go where they want to go.
Fish out of water.
But eventually, they kind of settle down and do the thing. And to be honest, that training gets in, and that you see those dogs that you get to the street corner, sits down, and all that. That's just training. That's just repetitiveness. And to be honest, it's easier than you think to teach dogs that kind of, especially bigger dogs that are walking size like that they're a little more eager to please and want to do that kind of stuff. This is all I'm saying.
If you take your dogs out for walks regular, and the more you basically become their handler, you're handling them, you're telling them, okay, no, yes.
They get more comfortable too.
They do. They adapt.
They stop pulling, they heel, they follow commands. Even when the excited moment happens, when the squirrel happens, the cat, the other dog runs out, that dog may get excited, but 9 times out of 10, they're gonna listen to you. Now,
you're going to be able to correct them a lot better.
But they'll shit, you know what I mean?
They're going to complain about it the entire time,
but they're
not going to be dragging you to go
their
get
desire
them.
to please you will kick in.
Yes.
Despite their brain saying, oh my gosh, this is all exciting.
Yeah. We're back to normal hours. There's no holidays coming up that are during the week time.
Sure, that doesn't mess that up. Yeah. We're kind of in a thing till Memorial Day, I guess, huh?
And that's on a Monday. We're closed every Monday. So.
Yeah, so exactly. Don't forget Wednesday's New Stuff Day.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah, New Wednesday. What happened to Old Wednesday? But yes, Wednesday is New Stuff Day because, like you said, they're closed Monday and Tuesday for restock and resupply, blah, 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 blah. So Wednesday, the new products end up on the shelf. So don't forget the 10 o'clock club when they open the doors at 10:01. Yeah, the group is there. And so if you want to see that. But, if you don't want to fight the 10 o'clock club, come at 2 o'clock, and then it's a little quieter. The rush is, but if and don't forget too, if you're looking for particular things, don't forget to let Camille and the staff know.
Yeah, ask them.
If you're a collector of things, like, hey, I'm a Coca-Cola collector. Whenever you get Coca-Cola memorabilia, let me know. I'd love to check it out. Or I'm a crafter and I'm needlepoint stuff. Whenever you get needlepoint, can you let me know? Or I'm a crocheter, or I'm a whatever. They're all the time looking at stuff like that. Or, hey, I'm needing a washer and dryer. If one comes across your thing, let me know. I could get one, and I can't afford a brand new, washer and dryer.
Right.
They do that stuff all the time too. And I would also offer this as well too. We've mentioned this a couple of times. If you're in need and you need help, as opposed to go rummaging through the donation bin, or doing some of those things, come see Camille during the business hours. Come talk to her, explain your situation. She will work with you. If you work with her, she will work with you. Be like, you need some clothing? Great. Take whatever you need for clothing. If you got time, come help me stock shelves next week, or come help me clean kennels next week, or something like that. And guess what? You'll find a nice relationship there. Next thing you know, you might end up being a volunteer there while benefiting from helping your own family out on that time. So that stuff happens all the time too. And I know you guys partner with other
and we
nonprofits.
Tell everybody, at the end of the day, we're here to help the animals.
Sure.
That's what, the Humane Society is to help the animals. But we also do that. We need the support of the community.
Sure.
And if the community needs help, we want to help support the community too.
Good homes for animals have to happen with good people. And so if we have to raise some people up to help them, and who knows, maybe that someday that person's life will be at a point where they're back stable and they can adopt a pet, and they're going to come by and say, hey, I'm going to bring a pet home. And guess what? They, that's the relationship. And so, but yes, you're in the people business as much as and so we want to help as much and ideally every volunteer, I can tell you that right now, believes the same thing, that pets make the world better. That having an animal in your life is a good thing. That proper, treating it like a proper relationship is going to pay tenfold in the rewards that it returns to you. And in the world where mental health and things are kind of feel like in a struggle every day, sometimes hanging out with your pet in the evening is the best thing for that.
Puppy kisses.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Kitty kisses if your cat likes to give kisses.
The animals heal. I don't care what anybody says. And I got to be honest, even with dogs and stuff, there is so much we don't know that we haven't tapped into yet on that relationship, I think. We're seeing like the stuff with the medicines and, alerts and telling when someone's about to go into some kind of epileptic shock, all that amazing stuff. I just feel like we haven't tapped into all that yet. Like, I feel like there's...
Just like we've only reached 5% of the oceans.
Yeah, I just feel like there's more there. Like, I'm not saying humans are going to be flying with dogs and capes. I'm just saying, but I feel like...
I think we are.
I'm just saying I feel like there's going to be more, like, as we tap in and understand how they can tune into our
medical
stuff, that's going to... The possibilities are endless there. So, but anyway, I'm getting philosophical. The main point is come down, shop, support, adopt, help us, donate. Please be mindful of the donating hours and things, and work with us on that. We really, especially with the weather getting what it is, unfortunately, more vandalism, more thefts are on the rise right now. So please hold off on direct donations, drop off donations at all. Directly hand it to folks or make arrangements for it to be done. That's the best way to do that.
One thing I wanted to remind everybody, it is springtime, and in springtime, it is spring lovin'.
Yeah.
We do have our low-income voucher program.
Okay.
For
spaying and neutering.
For spaying and neutering, if you meet within the qualifications.
And it's got to be a first time, right? Like if you had one in the past.
So it's a limit of 3.
Okay.
So if you used like one last year,
then you're good.
And you got a new pet this year, you're good.
Okay.
It's just a limit of 3 per household, just because we're trying to help
spread
more.
the wealth. Yeah.
And it's not like an endless fund.
Sure.
We get a select amount of money from a generous donor for a grant, and then we have to disperse that and make it last throughout the entire year.
Right.
It will help pay $100 towards a spay or neuter. I know spay or neuters are a little bit more expensive.
Generally. Yeah, now if you have a smaller dog, that could cover most of it, but a bigger
could.
dog, it's going to be more than that. But it's $100 that you didn't have to spend.
It is. Yeah. It's usable at all of the vets here in Roswell. It's also usable at the call clinic if you get an appointment with the call clinic.
Okay.
If you want to use the call clinic, the issuing is a little bit different than how we would issue for a regular vet. Because we have to make arrangements with the call clinic for the dates that they're going to be here, because the vouchers do expire.
Sure.
If
the windows don't line up, then we got to make other arrangements.
Right.
Basically.
So what we try to do is, wait till you actually have an appointment.
Sure.
And then issue a voucher for the clinic.
Sure. Okay. Like when they're going to be back in town kind of thing.
Yes.
Like, they'll be here next week. Let's get you a voucher and get that set up.
Yes.
Makes sense.
But in the meantime, I know the call clinic's not going to be back until June.
Okay.
So no April, no May clinic.
But then again, like I said, if the voucher's the voucher, and you can go use it at any veterinarian
one of the vets here in town. And it'll help pay up to $100.
And I'm pretty sure that if you need more arrangements of that, talk with that individual vet. They may work with you even more on that some stuff. Depending on the vet, I don't know. But please, please also know that if you adopt a pet from the Roswell Humane Society, it will be chipped. Doesn't matter if you live in Roswell or not,
right.
Because you're adopting from Roswell, and Roswell has a Sydney ordinance that all animals will be microchipped. Your pet will go from the shelter to the vet, probably to get spayed or neutered, but also to get microchipped as well too. So, good deal. Do we get
got commercials to run?
I do. I got to pay a few bills here. So. Thank you as always. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. And folks, RoswellHumane.org. That's all the kitties that are in quarantine right now. If you want to take a gander, they're all
I
up there.
haven't put them on yet.
Okay, so be on the lookout on that.
Be on the lookout. The only 2 cats that are on there is Pumpkin and Spicy.
Okay, but if you want to check out Pumpkin and Spicy,
yes,
they come meet them there, and then when they're ready to be home forever homes, you can come see them for real. So
Pumpkin and Spicy are out.
Oh, they're out. So they're ready to. They're ready to today. If you want to come see them, so good deal. Well, thank you, ma'am. As always.
You.
All right.
For entry-level commercial driving careers, take advantage of flexible classes and only an $800 total program cost with sponsorships available. Get the hands-on training you need and start your journey today. Call to book now, 575-910-7166, or learn more at roswell.ennu.edu. Let's get you in the driver's seat.
Spring has moved in at the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop. Discover beautiful spring fabrics plus top-notch sewing machines. We're your certified dealer and repair station for handy quilter long arm and brother sewing machines, and scissor sharpening is available. Join our beginning embroidery and quilting classes. Log on to RoswellQuilting.com to shop online today and follow the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop on Facebook. Want to know how? Come to the Cow. The Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop, 200 East College in Roswell.
What does it mean for a roofing contractor to have heart? How about braving a 24-hour road trip with a bad back and a 20-foot-long trailer through Interstate 40? You heard that right. A local business needed a new roof, but this business did not want just any roof. They desired a schoolhouse roof with red shingles. Well, we wanted to give our customers exactly what they were asking for. The only problem was that the red color of shingle they were looking for had been discontinued in our local region. But we didn't give up then. We were told by our supplier that the schoolhouse red color of shingle that we were looking for was still available in Arkansas. So We did what was expected of us and drove 24 hours, and we delivered on our promise. If you need a roofer who delivers on their promises, call Trustmark Roofing today at 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
State of the U.S. military during the current Iran ceasefire. Hegseth urges the Iranian leadership to choose the path of peace while it still can.
In the meantime, and for as long as it takes, we will maintain this blockade, successful blockade. But if Iran chooses poorly, then they will have a blockade and bombs dropping on infrastructure, power, and energy.
That U.S. naval blockade has sealed Iran's ports tight as a drum.
U.S. Central Command says no ships have made it past the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports since it was imposed, and 10 merchant vessels complied with direction from U.S. forces to turn around and re-enter Iranian waters. The blockade is intended to pressure Iran, which has exported millions of barrels of oil, mostly to Asia, since the war began February 28th.
Correspondent Ken Lorman. Russia's war on Ukraine continues to rage. BBC's Sarah Rainsford is in the Ukrainian capital.
Here in Kyiv, the sirens jolted people awake at 2:30 a.m. and then came a series of loud explosions. There were strikes in the south and the east of Ukraine too, on the cities of Odessa and Dnipro. In Kyiv, the mayor says a 12-year-old boy was killed and another child rescued from the rubble of their home. In all, Russia launched more than 700 drones and missiles at Ukraine, and Ukraine sent more than 200 in the other direction.
Ukrainian officials say at least 16 people were killed, more than 80 others injured in the latest series of Russian attacks. On Wall Street this morning, stocks have turned mixed. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down about 9 points, while the S&P is trading 1 point higher. The Nasdaq off 84 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
In Britain, the axe is about to fall at the BBC.
The national broadcaster says it will cut up to 2,000 jobs to save 10% of its annual budget. That's the biggest cut at the BBC in more than a decade. Interim Director General Rodri Talfin-Davis says the reductions are due to inflation and economic pressures. The bulk of the cuts are to be made in the next fiscal year, beginning April 1st, 2027. The BBC is funded by an annual license fee, which recently rose to nearly $250, paid by all UK households who watch live television or any BBC content. I'm Mike Hempton.
China's economy accelerated in the first quarter of this year, expanding 5% from a year earlier. The January through March data spans a period during which the Iran war got its start, and it surpassed economists' expectations, was up from the 4.5% growth that was seen in the prior quarter. News and analysis, townhall.com. A new law says no data centers in the Pine Tree State.
Maine's legislature has passed the nation's first statewide moratorium on energy-hungry data centers. It's an expansion of political opposition to tech giants' massive artificial intelligence data centers, which are stoking fears about blackouts, rising energy bills, and voracious water needs. Bills have been introduced in at least a dozen states as increasingly stiff backlash at the local level is migrating upward into legislatures. Tech giants and the data centers they are building have high-level support from the Trump administration and many governors. They say the centers are essential to winning the artificial intelligence race against China. Keith Peters, Washington.
President Trump heads to Las Vegas today to remind people of the tax cuts that he signed into law last year, lightening the tax load on workers who earn tips and overtime, and there are a lot of them in Vegas. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2. The Deuce of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday. It's a nice sunny Thursday out there this morning.
It is.
It's a little breezy next day or two here, but
you know what? I'll take it. Take a little bit of breeze. Cools things down a little bit, you know.
It will for the week. But yeah, enjoy mid to upper 80s next couple days here. Yeah, but
and blowy.
Well, it is April. You know, it's that time of year when we get the winds.
It's like that song says. Everyone knows it's windy.
Yeah.
Who's stepping out right in the sun?
I'm surprised Wendy's never worked that. Like, try to buy that song and try to work
Yeah.
on everyone knows it's windy.
They couldn't afford it.
You know, they could take like Frosty. Frosty.
Everyone knows it's Frosty.
Grab a Baconator.
That was better. I love the snarkiness of the social media side of Wendy's.
Oh, like, they do have a
they
strong...
do such a great job.
They do strong work there.
There was one from a few years ago. It was talking about how they were bragging on how they're they've always had fresh, never frozen beef. And they're like, some guy's like, yeah, right. You guys have stores all over the place. I'm supposed to believe you don't freeze your beef. It's like, no, we get it there on trucks. Oh, so you just stick ground beef on hot trucks? And then it was like a pause, like, okay, don't get mad at us for forgetting the refrigerators exist.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. People that generally engage in arguments online are of lesser IQ. So, I mean, it's kind of sometimes it's fish in a barrel.
You never feed the trolls. That's
true.
The problem.
Yeah, you're going to lose every time. That's why I learned that lesson the hard way years ago. I was like, I'm done with this.
But it's fun to watch other people do it.
It is.
It is. I'm basically Wilson.
Yeah.
I like to just be this much over the fence.
Oh yeah.
With a hat on, so you can't see me. But I'm watching.
Oh yes. I'm sitting there with my popcorn and
the Michael Jackson meme.
Yes. Yeah, it's me. I'm sitting there with a Kermit with the tea. I'm doing all that. You know, I'm just sitting there, kick back and watch the fireworks.
You know, when those images were first created, there's no way of thinking that they could be as viral and become the moments that they became.
You never know what hits.
It's just so funny, because I was live in the moment when that SpongeBob meme where it's all the SpongeBobs running around trying to get files inside of his brain because you're panic mode or whatever.
Right.
I saw that episode when it premiered, and it's like I never would have thought that would be like, oh, that's a meme now, you know? It's like,
You know, the ones that get me is like the after midnight the promos with Coast to Coast AM. I'm sorry, not after midnight. Coast to Coast AM.
right? Yeah.
With Nori.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll do his nightly, weekly promos and everything, and we put them in, and he always had his, music and his different clips from things,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a couple from Big Bang Theory that were, and it was something Sheldon saying something, and I remember the episode that they cut that out from, and just. There was one with the Howard and the ringtone thing. I remember the episode when that one came out. It's just
It turns out I'm gonna have to. Well, we've decided as a group that we each need to get really good at one aspect of the trivia that Mind Probe does.
Yes,
we all need to have our thing. I think mine's gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to become Sheldon, because Digger likes to do a lot of flag questions.
Okay.
A lot of flag-based trivia. So I'm gonna have to learn a lot about flags.
I'm fair on flag knowledge. Just I haven't brushed up on it, but general flag knowledge.
It's a lot of those
pretty decent.
A lot of those, and I'm not trying to sound off when I say this, but a lot of those over there countries have a lot of very similar flags.
Yeah.
And the difference is like the way the general's holding his sword, or the foot of the horse is up on this one. So there's a lot of that.
All right. Yeah, I'm see, and I think you and I are the same in this. Is we're kind of jacks of all trades, not a true master of any one.
And that's I've always said I know a lot about a little.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, a little about a lot.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, it's kind of like I got to dabble in everything. I know a little something about a lot of stuff, but I'm not really
versed in it.
Like
one of those things you get to the moment in trivia where you're like, for example, they'll be playing like a song, the start of a song, and you're like, I know the name of the song, and then so you have to go through all of the lyrics in your head
to get
but
there.
You're trying to do it in fast forward.
Yeah.
That one bit us real bad with the Killers' Mr. Brightside.
Yeah,
And
that's my problem watching Name That Tune.
Yeah.
Like they went down, I'm like, I know this, but I can't. What's the name of it? And you got to get the name just right. So you're like, oh, it's not a simple plan, it's Simple Plan or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's like, So
Simple Plan was sort of the soundtrack from my early college days, late childhood. Call it.
We played a little of that on mix days.
We did. A very little bit, because it was very punk.
Yeah,
but it was just enough punk.
That was the mix of the mix. It was a different mix.
You never knew when you were
going to mix of the 70s, 80s, 90s. It was metal, alternative.
You never knew
rock,
when you were going to get that, or when you were going to get Blood Pig by Opeth.
Yes, you're right. Or Slayer.
Yeah.
Here's some Mattis Yahoo followed up with Mudvayne.
Oh my God, I forgot about Modest Yahoo. I think most of the world forgot about Modest Yahoo.
Right after that, some Mudvayne for you. And some System of a Down.
It is. And I
followed up with some Weezer.
Absolutely. I mentioned this to somebody the other day. It's very odd to me that the traditional Rush Limbaugh section of the programming block that has been started with that iconic music for decades, or a couple of decades, is now Lit's My Own Worst Enemy.
Yeah.
Like, that was the song that was featured in, like, American Pie.
Yeah, and it still shows. Matter of fact, I was just watching a show, and I don't remember what it was, but something new, like recent, and that Lit song was in it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it hooks you right at the.
Yeah, well,
it'll get you right at the beginning.
It's that very 90s hook.
Yeah,
Green Day 3.
That's what I'm saying. It's just it's funny to me to think it's like they're playing this song for the old Fuddy Duddy show. Oh wait, no, I'm that now.
Yeah.
That's us now. Oh no.
Well, and it's kind of like if you listen to, I mean, he's not on the air because he's running for Congress now, but Chris DeGaulle show, like his bumper music and stuff for when he's doing the show, I think he likes a lot of that, like 90s Bush and those kind of bands, because there's a lot of his stuff's that kind of music, that Pearl Jam.
Or there's another one that uses it's Mark Levin uses.
He uses Rage Against the Machine.
Linkin Park.
Oh, Linkin Park. That's right.
Which I was like, really?
Yeah. I don't think he knows what that is.
Well, I mean, it's a really good,
His producer might, but he.
Yeah, it's a good song to go out on.
Yeah. All right, our guests are here.
They are
Probably should
patiently
get
waiting.
How going? They've been salespeople been on their game or something because man, my commercial breaks are just packed chock full of commercials.
You're welcome.
So I got to get I got to stop flapping my gums to play all these dang commercials. But let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you up to date weather and all that here in just a bit. And then here in just a few minutes, we'll be joined by the folks from the Roswell Symphony Orchestra. I believe Maestro Dr. John Ferris here. I think I heard Cisco in there as well, too, but don't quote me on that. So they'll join us here in just a bit because they got the big show this Saturday night. Ravel and Tchaikovsky at the Pearson Auditorium. We'll talk about that big show here with them in just a few minutes. Later on in the hour, we'll get you up to date with news, the local variety, play some more commercials, of course, and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. But first, your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty warm for the next couple of days and fair weather. We have high pressure overhead, sunshine, and mid to upper 80s for today. For the overnight hours, down around 50, breezy, and a few clouds. Little gusty on Friday. We're expecting mid 80s again and plenty of sunshine. Not as windy on Saturday, and it will be a little bit cooler. Sunny and 70, maybe a shower Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 49 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 31%. Winds are out of the east at 3 miles per hour. Sunny day today, warm, 87 for a high. Winds will be breezy. This morning, south 5 to 10, although it says east out of 3, but outside my trees are whipping a little bit more than that. But winds are expected to pick up 15 to 20 for this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy, overnight low of 50, south winds 15 to 20, dropping down 5 to 10 after midnight. Another warm day tomorrow, sunny, 86 for a high. Winds are going to be blowing as well out of the southwest this early, 5 to 15 as the day progresses, 15 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. With those winds, that's bringing cooler temperatures for the weekend. On Saturday, we're looking at sunny skies. Highs only expected to hit near 70 with north winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, sunny, 69 for a high. And they are talking a slight chance, 20% chance that we could see some showers Sunday night. So we'll cross your fingers and all that there. And then, of course, next week we'll start out mid-70s, but back into the mid-80s by Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. All right, it is 8:17. We're going to take about a 3.5 minute break here, and then we will talk with the folks from the Roswell Symphony Orchestra on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
When you need tough, reliable equipment that gets the job done right, turn to your local Kubota experts. Right now at Amigo Machinery in Roswell, get 0% APR or save up to $3,750 on select L2502 tractors during our Kubota Orange Days sales event. Amigo Machinery, 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell, or call 575-624-2026. Amigo Machinery, your trusted local Kubota dealer for all of Southeast New Mexico. Visit KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for more details.
Roswell Tire and Appliance will beat Home Depot prices on appliances, and they will beat discount tire prices on tires. It's not complicated. It's not difficult. Listen one more time. Roswell Tire and Appliance will beat Home Depot prices, and they will beat discount tire prices. Come into the store for all the details.
This is Wiley Maloney of Roswell Tire and Appliance, inviting you to shop local and save.
They'll beat Home Depot prices, and they'll beat discount tire prices. 101 South Main. Call 575-213-1362 or go online at RoswellTireandAppliance.com.
Get a built-in look with a Whirlpool flush mount dishwasher that installs flush with the surrounding cabinets at Bush Appliance in Roswell. A third rack provides space for silverware and hard-to-fit utensils. Plus, this dishwasher meets ADA standards for acceptable design. Shop Whirlpool dishwashers today at Bush Appliance in Roswell. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390.
Hey, take me out of my old trade. Take me out of my ride.
K-Rob
Roswell. Spring out of your old car, truck, or SUV today and hop into a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle with massive savings during the Spring Out Sales event at Roswell Ford. Are you still making payments on your current vehicle and want out early? Your friends at Roswell Ford need your trade today, so we're willing to overpay even if you owe up to $10,000 more than your trade is worth. We'll do whatever it takes to help you escape so you can upgrade to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if it's less than perfect. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. Interest accrues from date of sale with approved credit, subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
Artesia General Hospital presents Healthy Living Tips for the Spring Season. Spring is a time of renewal and a great opportunity to refresh your health habits. Start by managing seasonal allergies. Keep windows closed on high pollen days. Wash your hands and clothes after being outdoors, and talk with your provider about the right allergy medications for you. As the weather warms up, get moving. Take a family walk, plant a garden, or enjoy outdoor activities to boost heart health and energy. Spring is also a perfect time for checkups and preventive screenings. Staying ahead of your health helps prevent bigger problems down the road. Don't forget hydration. Warmer days means your body needs more water. Small steps now can lead to a healthier season ahead. These healthy living tips are presented by Artesia General Hospital, ready to help take care of you and your family.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The U.S. Treasury once considered producing donut-shaped coins. They instead decided to go with coin-shaped donuts. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Symphony Orchestra, Maestro Dr. John Farrar back with us, and Cisco Brink as well. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Mike.
Welcome back, and great to see you back, and which is always good news, because usually when I see you guys, that means we're right on the heels of another awesome show coming up this weekend, which, true to form, we got another great performance for folks to enjoy this Saturday, too.
Absolutely. I can't say enough good things about the Roswell Symphony, and it's we're very blessed in Southeast New Mexico to have something of this quality.
It is. This is one of these. It's the hidden treasure, the gem, the light under the bushel, so to speak, that the Roswell Symphony Orchestra is, and for folks that aren't familiar. I always assume, just like everybody knows, but I got to be a good host and tell everybody.
Yeah, good host.
You are a good host.
And but the Roswell Symphony Orchestra is, I always like to say, it's really like kind of New Mexico's symphony orchestra. It is a group of professional players that kind of hail from all over the Southwest. Technically, not just New Mexico. We have folks that live Texas and maybe Arizona, Colorado, various parts of the Southwest, and they all. Are pretty much, geniuses in their own fields, in their own, they're music teachers or players and various, they're all like at the high levels in their own little kind of circles. And they all come together to several times a year to be the Roswell Symphony Orchestra. So it's like this collective group of all-stars that come in and for a love of music and come to our little town and do these amazing performances and things. And so we are blessed to just have this, let's face it, theater, New York City quality entertainment in Roswell, New Mexico. And so that's why that's what the Roswell Symphony Orchestra is in a nutshell.
It is, and they also come from up north, too. Albuquerque, Taos, Santa Fe.
Yeah.
It's as if Roswell is the hub of a wheel with spokes going about 200 miles in all directions.
Sure.
Lubbock as well. And I'm never tired of pointing this out, that the big, what we call our big sister orchestras, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, and so on, they rehearse, they go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then they do the same program Thursday night, Friday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday. So they do 4 performances, but they put that together in more time than we have because we will have our first rehearsal tonight.
Right, exactly.
And
they're really getting together for the first time
concert is,
2 days before the show.
It's 48 hours from now. Yeah, so it's quite a tribute to the players.
Now, pull back the curtain. They do, get the music and know the set list, so to speak, of what's going to happen, and they practice on their own. But the beauty of an orchestra is getting everybody together on the same page at the same time, and so you gotta practice that a time or two before you just go out and say, all right, curtains up, let's do this, and but in all fairness, it speaks to the level of talent we got here and also too, I'm going to take a stab at some of the players. They've been doing this for quite a few years.
Oh yes,
and they're very. They know each other very well, very good friendships, they're close.
Right.
And anytime you're close, you kind of read each other's thoughts a little bit. And I'm it's like a band, like a band, like a, four-piece rock band or whatever.
Right.
You're like a married couple or a family, so to speak.
Right.
And the orchestra in and of itself, even though they live hundreds of miles apart, they keep in touch, and the world we live in allows that to be easier. And so I would imagine, even though they're going to be in a room together for the first time in months today,
right?
It's going to be like riding a bike. You know what I mean? It's they kind of I remember that. Am I kind of fair on that?
That's right. And of course, the music is the same, whether it's played in Boston or Roswell.
Sure.
It's the notes are the same.
Sure.
And these are people who have learned this music before. This one, for example, we're doing a Tchaikovsky symphony, a number 6. Well, you can be sure that they've played it before.
Sure.
And so it's a question of putting it together now, here, with these particular players.
Now, and this is kind of, and this is a theory in music and stuff, where I kind of go, I do kind of go off in directions. When you kind of getting back to the 4-piece band, country band, rock band, or whatever, they do music and everything, but even like when they cover other people's music, they always still put their own twist on it. Or
absolutely.
An orchestra, is the goal to play it as the composer intended it, or is it okay to kind of put your own flair on it?
Well, you want to do what the composer asks, but a composer cannot put every single nuance and every single direction in the score.
Mm-hmm.
And all you have to do is, for example, with this, we're doing the Tchaikovsky Symphony Number 6, Patatique, B minor. You could listen to a dozen recordings of great conductors and great orchestras, and every one will be different. Yes, the notes are the same.
Sure.
The directions are the same.
Sure.
But exactly what does allegro vivace mean? Well, is it a quarter note at 116 or is it a quarter note at 144? This sort of thing.
Okay.
So each conductor and each orchestra will put their stamp on it. And then I remember, this more so when I was a student than now, but you could do a drop the needle competition. You could tell Boston from New York, from Philadelphia, from Chicago.
It's just
they have different sound. It's a different sound. So it's Tchaikovsky, but it's somebody's Tchaikovsky.
And then I got to get into, a little nerdy into the weeds. Does some of that come into where they record them too? Like say, Boston, the Boston Symphony Orchestra, New York, they probably have their studio or their theater that they perform in, but they probably does acoustics come into play?
Of course,
so if you're
it does.
listening to a recording
version,
like this orchestra sounds way different in this facility versus this facility.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's also true that each orchestra, at least at that time, did have its own personality. So, for example, Chicago was known for its brass.
Gotcha.
Philadelphia for strings.
Okay,
and so
makes
on.
sense. So it's kind of okay. And I was just kind of curious because I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, I never thought so much because like when you get into like that band, it's kind of. I always talk about music and making music and being interested in music, it's, to be the best musicians, you got to know and learn all the rules to break the rules kind of thing. And so, but then I was thinking in orchestra, it's like, is that where the exception to the rule? It's like, no, you don't break the rules in orchestra. The orchestra establishes the rules. Kind of thing. I just got to thinking about that.
So you do want to follow the rules, but inevitably your personality is going to come into it. The orchestra's personality, the conductor's personality.
Because it's humans and
we're talking about
and
human
music
beings.
is the ultimate human emotion at the end of the day.
Exactly right.
Whether you try to or not, it's that's the whole point of music, is to make you feel a kind of way,
I
whether
would
it's
hope
happy or
so.
sad
Yeah.
or angry or whatever it is they're trying to evoke. That's the whole point of music. So, but that being said, if you've never had an opportunity, or if you always go to every show, then please join us this Saturday night. The Roswell Symphony Orchestra will be back on the stage here at the Pearson Auditorium, 7:30 p.m. And like you said, they're going to be Saturday night. You guys are going to be focusing on Ravel and Tchaikovsky, and we're also going to get a special performance, a piano performance as well too.
Yes, Ravel Piano Concerto in G, and this is a standard piece, but
Okay.
it's interesting because Ravel was very influenced by American jazz.
Gotcha.
So there's a jazzy flavor
So this
to
is-
some of it, not the whole thing, but
So-
certain elements of
So
it.
in terms of orchestra, or this kind of classical, this is going to be a little rebel, a little more.
It's modern.
Yeah, modern. Yeah, but a little more, little hair down a
Well,
little bit.
to give you an idea, Ravel was kicked out of the Paris Conservatory twice.
So he's a bad boy of. He's the leather jacket wearing.
He wouldn't follow the rules.
But now Everin, because Sean was telling me, Sean, who he actually made the commercial you're hearing on the radio for, for the ad here, and he was kind of telling me, he goes, man, I was looking clips of Everin's work and the piano playing, and he goes, he was like, and he literally goes, the dude goes crazy on the piano, like the finger work, everything. He goes, it's just amazing to listen. And he goes, so I gotta ask, that's the something, like, to see someone play piano at the classical level like that.
Right.
It's something to see. Like, I gotta be honest, I watch it and I'm like, how does one? I mean, there's a gift, obviously, and you got to have the talent. Some have talent, some don't. There's a gift, but I feel like of all the instruments to play, like, you almost have to go to the gym to play the piano. You know what? Do you understand what I mean? Because there's so much dexterity in the hands and fingers. It appears to me, as someone just untrained, to move your fingers that fast and that way, and to me, it just seems like it's like watching like those chefs with the, you know what I mean? It's just like, whoa, it's, to me, watching them play piano like that is like that, if that makes sense.
Well, talent is part of it.
Yeah.
But hours and hours and hours of practice.
Of just playing.
Just over. And most of us start at a very early age.
Yeah.
And so by the time you're in your teens, you'd think everybody does it. And then you finally find out, oh, not everybody plays the piano, that sort of thing.
Sure.
But somebody at his level who won big competitions and all that sort of thing, that's just hours and hours and hours of work.
Kind of put on this earth and we're put in front of a piano. And,
Absolutely.
It's kind of like them hockey players. They learn to skate before they learn to walk, I think.
Well, and there's also, with if you talk to really serious football players, or basketball players, they practice those plays over and over. And until they can do them in their sleep. Well, it's the same thing. I'm sure everyone could play this Ravel piano concerto. I could probably wake him up in the middle of the night and say,
he just whips it out.
And by the way, I'll meet him today.
Okay. Coming in for the first time in person here.
Right,
so. But it's just so impressive.
It's musicianship of the highest order, and it's going to be here in Roswell, New Mexico. And if you're a student, if you're under the age of 18, we're going to give you a free ticket at the door. NMMI cadets, we give them their own section in the balcony.
All right.
It's going to be here.
People in uniform
and
over there.
like I always say, I mean, it's your birthright as a Roswellian to see this institution of 68 years, Maestro.
Yes, right.
You're absolutely right, Cisco. It's that's why I was kind of, at the beginning of this conversation, you're getting New York City, Broadway, whatever you want to call it, where the it is happening, Sydney Opera House, whatever you want to say that level of is, you're getting that level of entertainment literally right here in downtown Roswell at the Pearson Auditorium. I mean, and you're not, one would see this level of entertainment, one would have to probably drive to the East or West Coast or Dallas or some big city to get something of this nature. And it's going to be here at the Pearson, and we're blessed too. The Pearson Auditorium is a beautiful facility.
It is.
To see something like this. It's great acoustics. There's not a bad seat in the house, and of course they did the remodel several years ago, and that's even made it more. But it's a beautiful place where it's kind of the new versus old. It still has that old flair, the flavor that it carried, but it's got the modern amenities with sound and lighting.
It's beautiful. You know, they extended the stage when they redid the
which I'm sure
tier,
the orchestra's
which
very
we're
thankful
very
for.
happy to have that, and it actually improved the whole situation.
Now
for
the
us.
flutes don't have to sit on the tuba's laps.
Yeah. No, it's a good place to play. It's a good place to play.
Absolutely, it is. And so 7:30 is the concert this Saturday night. Now, if you want, you can get tickets online in advance here if you go to RoswellSymphonyOrchestra.com. But I'm guessing
.org.
.org. I'm sorry, not .com. .org. My apologies. And then go ahead. But tickets will be available at the door if you say, oh, it's Saturday here. But if you want to make sure,
highly recommend getting them beforehand. But we will sell tickets at the door. I'm actually having a rehearsal on refining that system. There's been a bit of a choke point at our last couple of concerts.
Well, anytime there's technology involved, there's always a few kinks to work out, it seems.
Yeah, RoswellSymphony.org or email us at rso@dfn.com.
Very good.
Our phone number is 575-623-5882. And
Sure.
like you said, it's this Saturday, April 18th at 7:30 p.m. Show up a few minutes early.
Right. And then, like you said, students under 18 probably show ID, get a free ticket, or obviously
Students
NIMI
are always free.
Yes, but obviously if you look like a student, but if you I know some of us students. Like
I haven't been carding at the door. I have not been doing it.
Like when I was a freshman in high school, I wasn't a hairy kid, but my friend of mine, he literally was a freshman in high school and had a full, not like a couple hairs, but a full bird's nest of hairs peeking out from his shirt. A freshman in high school, and I'm like, you're not a high school kid. But so maybe But anyway, we'd love students and please and like NMI cadets, please come on out and enjoy the show here. And so if you're and I don't care what your preference and musical tastes are. If you're rock and rap or country or whatever it is, I hate to burst your bubble. It all starts what you're going to be seeing Saturday night. All the roots of everything. Every music that it's. You go back to the classics. You go back to this stuff. It all is birthed from this. It all comes
That's
from that.
absolutely true.
Yeah,
Absolutely true.
It's all. So if you really want to know, study the music and history and understanding and the evolution of it. You're kind of, it's almost like taking a look at, almost like if you look at like that evolution chart, the Darwin thing with the different phases of man to ape and all that. And it's kind of, it's almost like looking at music like that a little bit and be like, okay, now we're going to go to this period and see this is where it came from and how it evolved to what you're doing today kind of thing. And so you're going to get, yes, I'm overcomplicated. Just sit there and kick back and enjoy the music. But that being said, if you really want to be a student of the stuff, there's a lot of opportunities.
And there's really something to it that you're seeing it happen before your eyes. I'm in my 40s, and we're in, believe it or not, a quarter of the 21st century has already elapsed in our our lifetime.
You're not wrong,
we live in a time where I go to Amazon Music, anything I want is right there on demand. But this Saturday night, you're going to see it happen live, analog, before your eyes. We were talking about conducting here at breakfast, and it's a science, it's technical, but it's an art form as well. This man is not playing an instrument; he's playing the orchestra.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's that's also the beauty of orchestral music. It's when you have, look at, to get a group of 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever that number is of people in one room together to do the same thing. You know how hard that is? And
I'm an army guy. I know about that.
And the military is a good, but to be able to be able to take that many people and then all put them in a room together and they're in that concert, that cohesive, down to the second, just together, and just everybody's. I don't know. It's just it's no different than watching like your favorite whatever band it is. It's like when you see them in sync together there, and in the orchestra is the same thing, but it's times 30 or 50. You know what I mean? It's not just
we'll have about 60.
60 in the band, or in the orchestra.
And think about this, Mike, and your listeners. I think maybe we conductors have direct control over more people for the performance of our work than anybody else, because even if you're a general, you've got colonels beneath you and majors and so on. And so you might come into direct contact with just a few people. Or if you're the CEO of a corporation, you might have a handful of vice presidents with whom you have direct contact. But there are going to be 60 people on that stage. And I'm going to expect them to all work as a unit. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
absolutely. It's a large number of people under the direct leadership of one person.
And so, and just kind of from your, again, peeling the sauce, finding out how the sausage is made here a little bit. I'm curious, as the conductor, when you're up there, when you're kind of, obviously the musicians know the music. They got, they know what's coming next.
They do.
But I'm trying to do computer work on the fly here. Something just died on me that I needed later. But so are you there kind of saying, okay, they're starting to get a little fast over here, I need to slow them down? Like, what are you looking for when you're up there? Are you kind of like, I'm listening for, are their timings getting a little, I need to slow them down, I need to pick them up? They seem a little like they need to, they need a juicing over here. I mean, what are you listening for, and what are you kind of trying to get,
Listening is really, really important. Not just simply to sort out wrong notes and wrong rhythms and that sort of thing, but just, are we all doing this together?
Gotcha.
But part of that is what's called baton technique.
Okay.
There's a technique to how you use the baton. It takes a long time, in the same way that there's a technique to playing the piano or the violin. So you have to give clear directions. And you have to make sure that they follow you. So I tell, when I do these master classes around the world, actually, I tell conductors, listen more, conduct less.
Gotcha.
And so you're actually listening to what's happening in front of you.
Got you.
And again, it's not just sorting out wrong notes and wrong rhythms. It has to do with the pacing and whether or not you are getting the emotional content of the music across.
But is it kind of like a rhythmic thing for you as well? Like the way you're doing your conducting is kind of setting the tone for the rhythm of how they're to do their thing.
Exactly,
it's almost
right.
it's almost like in a weird way, the pentameter. Like when you're in a meeting, you put the pentameter to kind of set the. Are you kind of in essence the orchestra's pentameter a little bit?
Well, you should. It's interesting you use the word pentameter, pent 5, because the second movement of the Tchaikovsky Symphony is in 5/4.
Oh, I didn't know that. We have a 5/4 piece.
Yeah, 5/4.
Wow.
And so you need to show that clearly. And there's a way to do it with your hands. But you also, one of my teachers said that you should conduct so clearly that even if there's no sound, we know what piece you're conducting.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So that you're painting
music sign language.
Music, precisely. And that's so. Otherwise, it's called just beating time.
Gotcha.
There's a difference between beating time and conducting.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's kind of that's the true art form, where it's like, to the lay person, it just looks like a guy doing this in front of everybody, and it's like, no, there's a lot more to that.
There is a bit,
But I was very, and I know as many conversations we had, I was like, you never did really get to pick his brain about, like, what exactly are you kind of listening for, and how, I mean, it's kind of, just because and this is where I enjoy music, but I have zero ability to play it, or I just don't. I'm just not gifted there. I'm tone deaf or something. I don't know. But I enjoy it, and I enjoy listening to it, and I enjoy hearing it. But that being said, it also gives me the appreciation because I have zero ability to understand it. It impresses me when people can. And so it just, you
might be interested in it. Don't mean to interrupt, but, listening is what I do.
Yeah.
And I went to see a movie recently called Project Hail Mary.
I've seen the trailer for it. I haven't watched it.
Incredible.
It looks
recommend
good.
it. And I thought, this is going to be like Aliens, going to be creepy, and not at all. And how did I know it wouldn't be that way? All the harmonies are major. There is no major, no diminished chords, no seventh chords, all just in the
nothing dark and ominous.
No, so I knew it's a beautiful movie. And but I could tell because of the music.
Nice.
Whereas with Alien, just before one Marine says to the other, gee, it's hot in here. And the other one says, yes, but it's a dry heat. And then they start dropping down.
Well,
then you've got dissonance, major seconds and minor seconds.
I never thought of that movie. You're absolutely right. You know, because every time you're watching a movie and you're like, something bad's about to happen.
Yeah, you know when
listen
it's
to the
coming.
music, you can tell. Well, now that I get to thinking, it's like, I think Jaws would not be an iconic movie if that song wasn't there.
That's true.
Like, do you think we'd remember the movie Jaws if you didn't remember?
No, of course not.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely right.
And let's face it, I would argue Star Wars, the iconic Star Wars. John Williams is one of the reasons why Star Wars is as iconic as it is.
Yeah, we're
today.
doing
George
excerpts
Lucas
from
calls it the secret sauce.
Yeah.
To Star Wars.
That's good.
Yeah.
We're doing some Star Wars music for the kids. We're doing a young children's concert.
We need to talk about
at 1:00 on Friday.
Okay.
I've forgotten what group is it? Fourth grade or
I think
fifth?
we're
grade?
on fifth grade.
I don't know,
grade.
with Star Wars music, you might get some 40-year-old kids in there, too. I'm just saying.
No, John Williams is very special.
Well, he's an
very,
icon.
very special.
You know, he's to be honest, I would say, I could even make the case I think he turned a whole generation onto orchestral music.
I wouldn't be at all surprised.
You know what I mean? I think if you grew up in the 70s and 80s, you know, everyone's like, oh, orchestra music. Oh, that John Williams dude, though. You know what I mean?
We call him Brahms in space. It's beautifully done.
Very good.
Done, yeah.
But so at 1:00 at the Pearson on Friday?
Yeah, and the primary audience is, as John said, the fifth graders that we're busing in from
the kids from school.
From the public schools, but we have a balcony section for our homeschoolers. My kids will be going to that, and it's a very entertaining concert, John. The 1 hour young person's concert. Pieces that you'll know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
if you're especially Star Wars fan, I mean, at every one of the, and I don't care how many times guys have gotten in trouble. Don't do this move. But more men get in trouble when they change their ringtone to the Imperial Death March for their wife or that's not a good move. Don't do that. So when your wife calls and dun 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 comes on the phone, they do not appreciate it.
Fair warning.
That was pretty good singing, Mike.
Yeah, very good.
What do you mean?
Hey, we've got a place for you.
I can fake it real
next
good.
December.
But so that'll be this Friday, 1:00, and like I say, come. Like I said, we'll have the fifth graders. But if you got homeschool, come on down and hang out in the balcony.
It's all designed. We introduce the instruments, and so the audience knows how things are played and what the different sections sound like. So it's truly educational, but it's music that they know, that the kids will know. Yeah,
it kind of gets them, and who knows? Maybe this is that first time they get exposed to it and said, I want to do that. I want to play an instrument.
You're shooting arrows into the future.
Yeah,
you just never know.
Absolutely. You know, I'm just saying. Well, I remember in fifth grade is when they came into our classrooms and said, anybody interested in band? And unfortunately, we're fifth graders. We're little. And they couldn't get trombone players. So they're literally bribing kids with king-size Snicker bars if you signed up to play trombone.
So you played the trombone?
No, I didn't. Problem was, I tried to bring said proposal to my parents, and they didn't think that the candy bar exchange for the $200 or whatever it would cost for the trombone was right.
Too bad.
Yeah, but
so music's loss was radio's gain.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm 5'8" and short arms. I probably wouldn't have been trombone. Would have probably not been my career. But please, folks, come enjoy. You're not going to find better quality entertainment than Saturday night at the Pearson Auditorium, 7:30 p.m. Dr. John Ferrer and the Roswell Symphony Orchestra are going to do Ravel and Tchaikovsky here. Don't miss Everin Ozell, pianist, the Van Cliburn Piano Competition bronze medalist winner. The man is like magic on a piano. Go look up Everin Ozell online and just watch some YouTube clips or whatever. And I guarantee you're like, that guy's going to be here? Okay. And then go see it.
You'll be terrific.
Absolutely. Again, you can get advance tickets, and we really like you to do that. RoswellSymphonyOrchestra.org. Get your tickets there. But if you space out, please come to the door. We will do everything we can to make sure we get you in.
We will.
But just saying, this is kind of a big deal. The early bird gets the worm on this one. And then, of course, too, please, if we're always looking for more folks to be a part of the RSO in various ways. I mean, if you're a player, then talk to Dr. Ferrier. But serving as volunteers or serving on the boards, committees, helping out on performance nights with anything from probably ushering to logistics at the performance that night. They're always looking for more people to do that.
Absolutely we need volunteers. Give us a call. We will hook you up. But this is a good thing to end on. I mean, I think there's this assumption out there in Roswell and in the region that we receive some sort of huge endowment from the government or something. We get a smattering of lodger's tax. We have regular grant funding, but
it's not enough to pay the bills. Basically,
the symphony is being propped up by the largesse of the people, of our sustaining fund members. So I just want to mention that and also appeal to our community to keep that going. We're in dire need as we're closing our season. This is our last subscription concert of the season. Yeah, we will need that sustaining support into the next season.
And that's why we kind of put the Roswell Symphony Orchestra.org website kind of in your bookmarks or whatever there, because now that we're wrapping up the season, we're going to be unveiling the new season here and that's kind of the sweet spot to get in on season tickets, to be a part of the RSO in a much bigger fashion here. And like you said, the only reason the RSO is successful is because of the support of donors and people that have a passion for orchestra and passion for this music. And to be honest, if you want to continue to have nice things like this, the only way to continue is to support it, to foster it, to nurture it, to build that fire, to get that kindling in there and keep it going. And so Friday, bring your kids. If you got homeschool or make sure they're on that bus and they're over there watching the RSO on Friday here, and then bring them back Saturday night for the big show there. And let's get them, even if they're not into orchestra, but if they're bringing their love for music, whatever that is, that's what we want. We want to see, and I'm telling you right now, kids that embrace music also, you tend to see the science and math and that side also tend to flourish as well too. There's
a lot of documentation for that. Yeah.
And so it's really come and see how fun it is. That's the thing.
It's the place to be on Saturday.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be just a great opportunity to, and maybe for some experience something new or different. You haven't, and I hope you do. I hope you come out. But for our old favorites and our veterans and our orchestra lovers, we'll see you Saturday night.
Great. Thank you, Mike.
Good. Was there anything we missed we wanted to share? Any information?
No, I just wanted to make that appeal for support. We need it.
Please.
There have been some nervous moments in this last season with some funding challenges, but it always seems to work out.
Well, and let's face it too, when times are tough, like when in the big picture type things, unfortunately the arts suffer. That's just it's like I got to pay for water, gas, and things like this tend to, and unfortunately, even in the bigger level, it's no different here for city amenities like the museum and the zoo and these different
Roswell's
things.
Been through a lot, absolutely. But man does not live on bread alone.
Exactly.
And I really.
But my point is, if you're waiting for the government or the city to kind of bring these things back, you're going to wait a while. Yeah. You need to get up and invest your time and energy. And if you are passionate or want to make sure something here, you are going to have to invest your time, energy, and money to ensure that it stays. And so the easiest way to do that is come buy tickets and sit back and enjoy a show. That's the first way to start doing that. So.
Absolutely right. Well said, Mike.
Good deal.
Well said.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
And I can't wait. I can't wait to see you guys not only Saturday, but I can't wait to see what you all have on tap for next year too. So
very good.
Very excited.
Great.
So
thank you, Mike.
Guys. Appreciate it. All right, it is 8:53. Let us shut our holes to play some news and some commercials before more news. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Hoping to extend the soon-to-expire U.S.-Iran ceasefire, Pakistan's army chief, acting as a mediator, is in Tehran for meetings with high-ranking Iranian officials. Meetings come as the U.S. tightens the screws on Iran with a naval blockade on all Iranian ports. Russia hammered civilian targets in Ukraine overnight, launching hundreds of missiles and dozens of drones. At least 16 people were killed, scores more wounded. President Trump goes west today, highlighting his taxpayer-friendly policies. He'll be visiting Las Vegas, where his no tax on tips policy has been a really big hit. On Wall Street this morning, stocks have turned negative. They're now in the red. The Dow is down 90 points. The Nasdaq off 52. The S&P trading 8 points lower. More details, srnnews.com.
Now, time for another Otis Advisory.
We know that half of everywhere is infested with men, so you would think the donkey Democrats would already know how to talk to them. Picking words men understand is where Otis comes in. I'll make this easy. First, don't try too hard. Men don't really listen that much anyway, so it's what you do, not what you say, that gets through. Let's start with this. Don't make men eat grapefruit. They don't want any damn grapefruit, so stop it. They don't want any diet shampoo or some full body deodorant either, unless it's the Everclear dip. That works pretty good. And don't try to sell men your bath water on the internet. Insults our intelligence. Now don't laugh. Men might be simple organisms, but they still won't buy used bath water. But maybe now those little pom-poms on the back of the socks, though, that's different. Could be a market right there, just saying. So don't throw them away. Mansplaining and other market forces have reinforced all the dopey things men's mothers used to tell them. Men believed all that stuff about getting enough mercury in your diet to keep your coat shiny. Hey, if you grew up on hot Dr. Pepper anywhere near a Waffle House, you'd believe it too. Look, men invented the no-brainer, so they know there's only one thing that slows down aging. And trust me, you don't want that. This your Uncle Otis, a false and dangerous narrative, keeping fear alive, and I'll see you at the Peace March.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning, I'm John Terrett. New York stock market's closing mixed yesterday, but there were records for the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100. Why? Well, investors sense that President Trump wants the war to end quickly, and Iran does too. Traders are looking past the war as if it wasn't happening at all and focusing on future corporate earnings. Bank of America reported record profits and stated the U.S. economy is resilient. Morgan Stanley left jaws dropping on Wall Street, asking how do they do it? Trading revenue exceeded expectations by $1 billion. President Trump says he'll fire Jerome Powell next month if his replacement can't be confirmed in time. The struggling San Francisco shoe retailer Allbirds, just days away from collapsing, is changing its name to Newbird AI and pivoting away from shoes to AI computing. Go figure. I don't understand it. Nobody does. Investors loved it. The stock was up 650%. Snap Inc. rose 8% after cutting 16% of its workforce. A federal jury has decided Live Nation illegally manipulated ticket prices. Now it's up to a judge to decide if the company can be broken up. The stock was down 6%. And an early investment in SpaceX sees Alphabet Google poised for a $100 billion windfall when the SpaceX IPO actually happens. Later today, the first of the big techs, Netflix. With business, I'm John Terrett.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Feeling underwater? Van Man and the J Squad at Roswell Nissan are ready to pull you out of the sea of fees and into your next new or pre-owned vehicle. With rates as low as 1.9% and payments as low as $199 a month, plus as little as $1 down on a brand new vehicle. And we're talking rock bottom, under the sea prices. And 100% credit approval is the goal. Drive in now and get more for your trade than anywhere else. The Underwater Trade Payoff Event, on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
We have new dining furniture that will make you a hosting hero. This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. Take a break from overpriced stores. Our top-notch tables come in dining and counter heights and feature 6 to 10 chairs with styles that are sure to impress your guests. Pair your table with luxurious buffets and servers to enhance the classic dining experience. All our tables are ready for immediate delivery, so buy from Glenn's today and dine on it tonight. Come see us on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Exciting news for Southeast New Mexico. The Advanced Heart and Vascular Center of New Mexico in Carlsbad, home to Dr. Amanda Ryan's trusted cardiology care for over 13 years, is now part of Current Clinic. That means world-class electrophysiology services right here in Southeast New Mexico. No more 3-hour drives to see a specialist. Current Clinic is bringing advanced, life-changing treatment for atrial fibrillation, AFib, and other heart rhythm disorders close to home. Early intervention for AFib can dramatically lower your risk of stroke, and our goal is to help our community understand just how important that is. You and your loved ones deserve comprehensive, cutting-edge heart care without leaving town. If you're experiencing an irregular heartbeat or AFib symptoms, expert care is now available locally. Visit currentclinic.com today to learn more and schedule your consultation. Current Clinic, easy access to comprehensive AFib care right here in Southeast New Mexico.
Bill Cunningham is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
And we're closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News is up next. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. Amit Thomason. Pressuring Iran to agree to a peace deal, Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane says that while the current ceasefire has ended hostilities for now, that will change if Iran does not choose the path of peace. Kane says he and War Secretary Hegseth are in full agreement.
And as the Secretary said, I'd like to emphasize during this pause that the United States Joint Force remains postured and ready to resume major combat operations at literally a moment's notice.
War Secretary Hegseth says the U.S. naval blockade on Iranian ports has been a complete success, adding that President Trump is committed to keeping it up for as long as it takes. Russia hammered civilian areas of Ukraine overnight, launching hundreds of missiles and dozens of drones. At least 16 people killed, scores more wounded.
In Kyiv, AP footage showed cars on fire and damaged and burnt out buildings after Russia struck the capital with drones and ballistic missiles. 20-year-old Georgy Doroshenko walked through his destroyed apartment, his feet crunching on glass and metal shrapnel as he came to collect his pet rabbit, Kosh. At least 4 people were killed in Kyiv, including a 12-year-old, with more than 50 others injured. Ukrainian officials said Russia launched nearly 700 drones and dozens of ballistic and cruise missiles, primarily targeting civilians. I'm Karen Shemas.
President Trump heads west today, visiting Las Vegas to highlight his taxpayer-friendly policies, including easing the tax burden on those who benefit from tips and overtime. New York jury has ruled that Ticketmaster and Live Nation held an anti-competitive monopoly over big concert venues. Live Nation says there will be an appeal. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 33 points, the NASDAQ off a fraction. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap
Maybe
airfare,
this is you too.
but
There's
where do you
enormous
find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
That a refinery fire will aggravate Australia's energy crunch.
The refinery to the southwest of Melbourne produces 10% of Australia's petrol and half of what they use here in Victoria. The plant is still partially operational. Jet fuel and diesel continue to be produced, but at a lower rate. That's a safety precaution. It's petrol, though, the government warns that will be most impacted. Prices at the pump have soared since the Iran war, and there's a chance they could go higher. Australia relies heavily on imported refined fuels. Some say it's not self-sufficient enough. But at least, say the experts, the impact of this fire on fuel availability might be limited.
The BBC's Simon Atkinson. An Australian judge has rejected an appeal by former U.S. Marine Corps pilot Daniel Duggan to avoid extradition to the U.S. for allegations that he illegally trained Chinese military aviators more than a decade ago. Duggan has denied the allegations. News and analysis, townhall.com. A push by GOP leaders to promote Turning Point USA chapters in public high schools is stirring a free speech debate.
While Republican governors say the partnerships counter the oppression of conservative voices in education, critics argue Christian leaders often silence voices when it comes to topics like sex education and LGBT issues. Several states, though, have announced partnerships with Turning Point USA to establish chapters in every high school. ACLU says endorsing these clubs likely violates federal law. A spokesman, though, says Turning Point USA continues to grow rapidly. Jason Walker reporting.
Democrats are boasting of remarkable fundraising hauls in some of this year's most competitive Senate contests. For the first 3 months of the year, Texas Democrat Senate candidate James Tallarico's campaign says he raised $27 million. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Crazy Heroes.
Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to it.
Yeah, hope your day's going well. Enjoy the warmth today, tomorrow. The wind as well. Cooler for the weekend.
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah, that's picturesque.
69, 70. So.
Picturesque, which is great because I'm going to be spending both my mornings this weekend out on the green.
That's right, for the golf tournament. Yeah.
Yep.
Big Honda Classic.
Luckily, we spend most of our time under the shade of an elm tree, so it'll be nice.
Yeah,
it's the one event each year that I allow myself to have one adult beverage whilst working.
Ah, very nice.
The only time.
It's his one day.
And I always leave miserable afterwards because it makes me hot, and then I go, ugh. But I'll do it.
Go with a light.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a light. I like a nice,
something else too.
A nice Corona, maybe a dose.
Hey.
I got to say real quick, humongous congratulations to our own Jocelyn Smith.
She just
I don't know
just
if we're
literally
allowed to announce. Are we allowed to say anything?
I don't know yet. Are we allowed to?
Yeah,
cool.
heck yeah. She just found out that yesterday she found out she was nominated, but today she found out that she was awarded the
Citizen of the Year.
Travis County Realtors Association.
Yeah, it's the Realtors Association.
Citizen of the Year.
Of the Year award.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Nice. So I guess they're going to have like a
They're going to
dinner
have a dinner, and it's kind of a fundraiser benefit. Everything that comes in will go to Food Not Bombs.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
That's what I was like, hey, can we get some money for Food Not Bombs?
So,
by the way, speaking of that, they're going to have to close the
Monday,
the actual I guess you call warming center over at
Flash Hub
at the
Hive.
church, because really the funding is run out dry, and to ensure they have a space for the cooling center, they're kind of like, we got to save what money he had. That being said, one way to solve that is if we can get more money in here
Yes.
and we can open that doors. Because that, to be honest, warming center, cooling center, that's not really what this is. It's the hive thing you talk about.
It's turned into a whole thing.
Yes.
From
People are actually getting extended, not
Community
treatment, but outreach and resources and things
The ability
that are
to
now
turn things
getting
around.
them off the streets and into their own independent lives. And so,
I have a few numbers I can throw out there. So we housed up to now we housed 82 people. We got 137 people IDs.
Awesome.
We've got, 25 into housing.
Okay.
We've had a physician in there to get them into La Casa.
Nice. All of this in the last 2-3 months, here, basically.
So we have really,
and that's because that center's open.
Yes.
So we'd like to keep it open. We don't want to close it here, but money's money, and this is the real world here. So
and essentially, what a cooling center, it would be a kind of cooling center drop-in center.
Okay.
So we're going to have computers, but it'll be kind of strictly just for looking up jobs.
Sure.
Trying to find housing.
and
things like
dare
that.
I say this will also maybe help take the strain off of places like the library
Yes.
and stuff that are filling that need.
Yes.
That people feel a way about that. So
Yes.
you know what I mean. So here you go.
It's this fundraiser thing is a blessing because
Absolutely.
as many people that come in there, everybody that will come can donate, and it'll all go
Yeah,
back
it'd be
to,
great.
to us.
But that's great. Congratulations. I'm not trying to overshadow that part. That's awesome.
It's amazing. I wasn't
but this is
expecting it at
why
all.
because she puts her heart and soul into this. That's her energy on all
And
this
it's
stuff.
and it's nonstop.
That's cool. You get recognized. For it.
We hang out outside of work, in our friends group, and it's nonstop. She's constantly fielding phone calls, and they're having like impromptu meetings about, just like one of their clients they need to find like a new bed for or something, and she's working overtime just all the time on that.
Yeah, it's pretty
I'm
awesome.
like,
So I'm glad
hold
you're
on,
getting recognized.
let me stop being.
Well, cool. Well, I'm glad. So people support the dinner.
Yes.
Pay an exorbitant amount for door prizes and silent auction, whatever they got you bidding money on.
I think
so
it'll
we
be
can help out Food Not
probably
Bombs.
around. I think she said the beginning of May.
Okay.
First, she'll let me know, and then she said we
I
can
don't know what
announce
the
it on
4th
the
is,
radio.
but that's kind of nerdy if you want to do it on the 4th.
Yeah, I could do that because that's a good idea.
I assume that all the leftovers will also go to Food Not Bombs.
Yes.
Yeah, right? So
Yes.
if you're not hungry, leave some on the plate. We'll take it over.
Because even though we're at the warming center, we are still continuing to feed in the community.
Absolutely, and we'll continue
The
to
core
do so.
mission.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll still be out of the courthouse lawn or Pocorn Park, wherever we need to be
Hopefully
at.
Pioneer.
And Pioneer Plaza, hopefully.
Absolutely.
Anybody out there listening might have a connection or two with
yes, we're still continuing. People are still able to go over there to the church and take showers and
Good.
Get food on the days
Sure.
that we're not serving. We also are doing food boxes, so we're
Excellent.
getting regular. Still at Mountain View.
Good
We're
deal.
actually picking up the produce today from University's Roadrunner Drive.
I'm getting that
today,
distributed out.
and doing produce too.
And big
so.
thank you to those partners and the schools that do this stuff. It is so cool because you don't realize you almost what would we have done if that void was not there?
Yes.
Or if that wasn't there. You know?
Yes.
I mean, that was
I know
void,
a lot of people that are, a lot of people that would have not been in the positions that they came in, and now they're leaving with a better.
And for a number of years, we were in that position until places like Food Not Bombs came around to help make change.
Yep.
Yeah.
So congratulations,
Thank you.
that's awesome.
Thank you so
and,
much.
but folks, let's use this as a rally point to even get more. Use this as a bigger platform to get more resources to help these folks. Here.
Absolutely.
So, we got a full hour
Yeah.
here. We got our guests, but you also have.
I was going to say, do you want to save? I could save this.
I don't know. I kind of want to try it.
Okay, so let me give you the quick backstory. 'Cause I know we got a guest and we got to get to it.
Yeah.
So I picked up my phone about 2 weeks ago, and it accidentally went to this For You screen. And I see this product, and I'm like, "There's no way." So the product itself was $9.99 plus like $5 for shipping, so like $15 total.
Okay.
So what I have procured, and apparently this comes from a trend online because somebody online said people were trying these and they're not as bad as it sounds.
Okay.
What I have are dill pickle
Oreos,
fudge covered Oreo cookies.
Okay. This is different.
Dill pickle flavored, and it's a big dill. So what I've also procured now, I don't know if this is why I said
Citizen of the Year. Do you want a dill chocolate?
I was wondering because of the honor, maybe she gets to avoid this. But
I don't know. This may not be bad.
I also have regular Oreos, and I have procured.
I know what they taste like.
Right, but I've procured pickles.
Okay.
So that we could try the homemade version
and a pickle Oreo
and the professional version.
All right.
So I'm gonna assemble this. If you want to give maybe the rundown.
All right. Let me. I am oddly curious what that's going to taste like. It could go in many directions
It
here.
really can.
But we'll see.
And it's about to.
Yeah. So we'll get you updated the weather and all that here in just a few minutes, and then we're going to be joined by the folks from the Roswell Museum and Art Center. Tonight is their Mix and Mingle that's going to be happening over at Stellar Coffee from 5:30 to 8 p.m. They want to invite folks to come on over, hang out, mix and mingle, talk a little bit about your ideas on shaping the future of the Roswell Museum and Art Center. But they're going to all are welcome. They're going to have a come and go event, so you can, if you can't get there till 6 or whatever, no big deal. But we'll have Caroline and the folks from the museum here in just a moment to join us in studio. Later on, we get you up to date with the news of the local variety. Oh, these are the stacker.
By the
version
way,
of the pickles.
there's too many pickles. There's too many varieties of pickles. I was just looking for the circle pickles.
Yeah.
Didn't have them.
So you had to go with stackers?
I had to go with the stackers.
Go
so
with
it's going to be
chips,
kind of
I believe they're called chips.
The chips.
Pickled
So
chips.
it's going to be kind of a weird, like...
Now, these are just
oval
regular dill pickle. They're not like
kosher-
bread and butter or...
No, kosher dill.
Or garlic whatever's or
Because
something.
these are dill pickle fudge covered Oreos, so I assumed.
Yes.
I'm going to let everybody grab their Oreo because I don't want to be the one with my hands all over everything.
Okay.
And I'll let you grab your pickle.
So you want us to eat the pickle and Oreo in one bite?
In one bite, basically.
All right.
So I'm gonna grab this.
And we're gonna do that first too.
Now I'm gonna get weird with
then
it.
we'll
I'm gonna put mine in the middle.
Pickle in the middle.
Pickle in the middle. Pickle in the middle of an Oreo covered in chocolate. Okay, here's the Oreo for you and your pickle.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to wrap my Oreo like a burrito around the
That's a
pickle
good idea.
stacker.
All right.
I think that's what Jocelyn did.
Yeah.
This is the homemade
Yeah.
version. All right. This is tricky. Sorry.
I'm kind of scared.
All right. Down the gullet. This is dumb.
Very. Wow. That weirdly worked.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
Huh.
I don't hate it. It's not bad.
All right.
Like I get all pickle at first, man. That's because I made it burrito style.
Now aftertaste.
Then it comes
is
in with the.
interesting.
I gotta lie. I'm gonna eat all of this.
Yeah.
Why does that
Not
work?
scary.
That's pretty good.
That makes no sense to my brain. So people online were trying this, and that's why Oreo did these.
That's actually decent.
Yeah.
It's weird how weird. How
That's
good that works.
tasty. Like I would have another one.
It's like when you discover just like two flavors that don't belong together, but
Kim's going to
somehow
be
work.
like, what are
I'm
you
kind of
doing?
blown away right now.
So these are these are the fudge covered kind. Oh, and by the way, so these did spend a little time on my front porch, so they did
Melty?
a little melty, but I got them in the freezer as quick as I could.
Wow, I need a minute to wrap that around my head.
It doesn't make sense at all. But it's
Not only I didn't think it was bad, I enjoyed it.
I know.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was tasty. Like I would eat another one of those.
Okay.
Like if someone that was at their party and they put a bunch of pickles with Oreos, I'm like, you weirdo.
Right.
By golly, it's good.
I want to try. Yeah. So, all right. So here's these.
All right.
Now this is a different experience because this is dill pickle flavored fudge covering the Oreo. It's weirdly made like a shiny.
It's very
coat.
shiny. It almost looks like not real food.
Okay, it definitely smells of dill. All right. Bottoms up.
You don't really taste the pickle.
It's not as pickly.
Yeah.
It's still not bad.
I gotta be honest. I wonder if I'm still tasting pickle from before.
Right. This is better than this.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I like the first one.
Yeah.
better.
I don't want
This is just an Oreo
These
cookie.
don't have, it's just like an Oreo covered in
Well, and
fudge.
plus it leaves you that weird mouth feel, like that fudgy top of. Yeah, I don't want to finish that. Dang it.
I feel like I like the other.
I know. I've learned something about about things today. See,
Interesting.
we got the museum coming in, and we're doing science out here. That's what the museum's all about: discovery.
Yeah, it's just like a cookie. Like there's not
There's no
strong
pickle at
dill
all.
pickle
It's
at
just
all.
green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. And the aftertaste is real.
And the icing tastes like like that fondant cakes, but like an old version.
Right, and it leaves like a
like it was from like 4 days, like the cake was made 5 days ago or something.
Yeah. So if you're going to try this...
As I finish the cookie.
Yeah.
I know, right? I'm proud of you.
I don't know.
As like,
You're right.
I feel like I like
preferred the pickle with the cookie on the other.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to try this, just go old school. Get a thing of pickles.
Caroline, I'm telling you, try this. It's not bad.
It's odd, but I don't want to get my fingers all over it for you, but here.
See, I thought it was a pickle Oreo.
Well, it is. See, this
it's
is
supposed to be.
This is the one
we kind of did a compare and contrast.
Okay.
And it's dill pickle flavored fudge, but
Okay.
So this is just. I'm gonna crack this open for you and not allow you
This
to.
is the at-home version.
Yeah, the homebrew version.
Yeah, it's not bad. I preferred
Where's
it.
that plate? You have that plate? Or,
No, I already round filed it.
Okay.
Here's the napkin.
Ah, here we go. I'm gonna double up.
Wow.
Up on it.
Well, tell you what. Let me do this. Well, never mind. I was gonna say
We're close. We're close to T-minus pickle.
You're supposed to do it at the same time.
Yeah, because Mike did a burrito style.
I wrapped the pickle around the cookie and ate it that way, and it was. It worked. I don't know why it worked.
It doesn't.
I don't know why I like it, but I like it.
And it tasted like 5-day-old cake.
Well, no, that was this one. That was the
Okay.
Oreo version.
This is it hits you from different sides of your brain.
It's not offensive.
It's better than I really legit thought it was gonna be disgusting, and I'm like, I don't hate it.
I'm gonna tell you the exact. This is exactly.
And the more I eat it, the more I'm like, it's actually pretty good.
This is exactly how I felt the time I saw on TikTok and tried this. Somebody said peanut butter and mayonnaise on a sandwich.
Yeah.
That works remarkably well.
Right.
Like you wouldn't think it does.
Now-
But that's the same thing.
Well, and pull back the curtain. I haven't done it in years, but one of my favorite sandwiches as a kid was mayonnaise and pickle sandwiches.
Now see those two things go together.
But to me, this is almost like an evolution of that. It reminded me of my pickle sandwich days, but with a chocolate twist.
A hint of nostalgia. I like that.
I'm not going to be creating that and serving it to guests or nothing, but if I'm broke and poor, that might be an option. Just saying.
Just a quick snack for
I'm just saying, if slim pickings are in the house, that might be a thing. All right, it is 9:21. Let's do this. Let's pause for weather and a commercial break, and then Caroline Brooks will come here to speak of what she actually meant to come here, not to eat pickles and Oreos. So we'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty warm for the next couple of days and fair weather. We have high pressure overhead, sunshine, and mid to upper 80s for today. For the overnight hours, down around 50, breezy, and a few clouds. Little gusty on Friday. We're expecting mid 80s again and plenty of sunshine. Not as windy on Saturday, and it will be a little bit cooler. Sunny and 70, maybe a shower Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Got wheels? Get deals. The Deals for Wheels event is on now at Roswell Honda. Right now, trade in anything with wheels and get up to $3,000 towards your next new Honda. We're talking cars, trucks, ATVs, bicycles, motorcycles, scooters, even golf carts. While you're here, register to win an outdoor bundle complete with tabletop grill or a premium bundle with a 5-burner grill. Get 1 ticket for stopping by, 3 with test driver service, and 5 with vehicle purchase. Drawing April 25th at 1 p.m. sharp. Deals for Wheels on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Confidence is in the details, and your face deserves expert care. Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental, and in our office, Botox treatments are administered by an expert dentist with advanced knowledge of facial anatomy. Precision is always our priority when it comes to your Botox treatments, along with attention to what you want for your perfect results. For a beautifully natural and youthful result, visit with us, the Botox experts at Carabelli Dental.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455. When you or your loved one is miles away from the nearest hospital, Trans-Aero Medevac has you covered. Out in the oil field, accidents can't wait. The Trans-Aero Helicopter Medical Evacuation Response Team gets critical care to you fast, no matter how remote the site. When every second counts, trust the fastest lifeline in the sky, Trans-Aero Medevac. Proudly serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by...
Hey, take me out of my old trade. Take me out of my ride.
Hey Roswell, spring out of your old car, truck, or SUV today and hop into a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle with massive savings during the Spring Out Sales event at Roswell Ford. Are you still making payments on your current vehicle and want out early? Your friends at Roswell Ford need your trade today, so we're willing to overpay even if you owe up to $10,000 more than your trade is worth. We'll do whatever it takes to help you escape so you can upgrade to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if it's less than perfect. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. Interest accrues from date of sale with approved credit. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
Artesia General Hospital presents your Spring Health Checklist. Spring is here, and it's time to shake off winter and refresh your wellness routine. Tip 1. Manage allergies. Check daily pollen levels and shower after spending time outdoors to keep allergens from lingering. Tip 2. Clean smarter. Spring cleaning improves air quality. Replace air filters and dust surfaces to reduce irritants in your home. Tip 3. Fuel your body with seasonal foods. Fresh fruits and vegetables provide vitamins to your immune system needs. And tip 4. Schedule your annual physical. Preventive care keeps you strong and active all year long. Healthy habits this spring means more energy for everything you love. Brought to you by Artesia General Hospital. Ready to help take care of you and your family.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. That's because men are 6 times more likely to wear a tinfoil hat in a thunderstorm. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 25 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, now officially, sans pickle Oreo thing here, Caroline Brooks back with us with the Roswell Museum and Art Center. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
Needing of a breath mint, but other than that,
I had a mint before I came in. I was not expecting the pickle.
We all have pickled Oreo breath, so we're okay in the room here today. But first off, yes, good morning, and good news, progress is being made. The Roswell Museum and Art Center, we will have one again someday. But actually, tonight's an opportunity for folks to kind of, if you ever had, you're like, what you guys should put in that new museum? What you miss? This is your chance tonight. You guys are hosting a mix and mingle at Stellar Coffee here this evening, and would love to have folks come out, maybe have a cup of coffee with us or a pastry or something, and sit back and chit chat with us and maybe learn, and also not, learn from you, but also learn a little bit about what progress is and what's been going on with the museums.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just a night to get caught up on things. And I feel like we're starting to turn a corner. The flood was in October 2024, as everyone knows, but it takes a long time. That it was so impactful, the number of objects that were affected. So we're starting to get kind of everything in gear, and now, thinking along the lines of what is that next museum going to look like? Because we believe, it's still in process with FEMA, but we believe we won't be able to stay where we are.
Well, and I'm going to take it just money-wise alone, I'm sure insurance companies are saying, look, we're not going to insure a museum with that. And let's face it, it's really hard to put numbers on art in a museum as far as what's insurable numbers.
But it's millions.
In the middle of a floodplain. They're going to, we want it on higher ground.
It's a sticking point, I will say for sure.
I mean, aside from all the other stuff alone, I'm sure insurance and everything is saying, no, it needs to be in a much more conducive environment to host a place like that.
Exactly. So we don't know where it's going to be yet. And again, we're still going through things with FEMA about the current location.
Sure.
But we just, regardless, we need to imagine, what is it going to be?
Sure.
It's a once in a generation lifetime.
But you also have to look at this as this also opens possibilities to bigger, better things, because you are kind of pigeonholed to the space there.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a new location, well, sky's the limit. Where do we want to put it? What do we want to do with it?
Yep.
I don't know. Let's see where let's see where it
and
takes
likely
us.
multi-stories.
That would be ideal. Something that has not only a place. I would imagine a place to display the art and to have feature the as a museum should, but a place to create, a place to to host. I mean, the museum kind of has some of that now, or did, but not really.
Those spaces were limited.
Yeah, it wasn't
really
built to do that.
No.
And so this new place, you probably want to create artist space and places that you can host workshops and artists can come and create and do things. Not to mention, amenities for the tourist part. Gift shops and a snack place or something that typical restaurant or museums have. More of a all-in-one type destination for folks too.
Because the last museum was amazing, and we're really sad it's in the state that it is.
Sure.
But everything that was added on to over time. So we started with that original WPA museum, which we do hope to preserve in some way.
Sure.
But then it was built on, and talking to our architects, they're like, "Yeah, you had 17 additions." I'm like, okay, that's a lot.
Sure.
So everything was just a modification and different building style.
And I would imagine, too, it'll also accommodate for whatever the future is going to bring. And what I mean, yes, paintings and art, they're always going to be a medium that's going to be. But in the modern world, art, photography, computer image, this is all part of the art world now. Right. And maybe the museum's going to have to at some point, host things or do things, and you're going to need technology that can accommodate that kind of stuff.
Right. So, and what we want to hear from the community is what type of programming do you want? How much programming do you want? Do you want more community gathering spaces? Do you want, bigger classrooms?
Sure.
Do you want more art, more history?
Right.
How are you going to present it? And things more interactive. And that's something that we struggled with at the last location. We just didn't have that technology. So is this something that's hands-on?
Absolutely.
Is it technology involved?
And then there's the juggling of the ball. It's you want to put it in a place that's easy to centrally located people can find, but at the same time offers the space to envision what we want to do with it.
Right.
So that's the juggle you got to have.
Because even though we were just right off Main Street, people could not find us so often.
Well, it kind of blended in there with the convention center and with the planetarium and all that there. It kind of it's easy to pass it, and you're like, wait a minute, I saw the rocket thing, and there's a convention center.
Right. How do I get in?
Yeah.
So making it more visitor friendly would be a big priority.
Absolutely. It is, and it's on the hill there where people are, driving wise, people are more cognizant because of the hill because people are slowing down, so they're more apt to be paying attention to the road as to seeing what's on the side of the road. So you blink, you miss it. That's true. There is a marketing issue there to that facility or to that location.
As we planned for the rebuild, it's not just for the people that visited before. So this is for tonight. We want people that are our longtime supporters. We want people that maybe haven't been there in years. We want people that maybe have never walked through the doors. And we want to gather all those ideas.
Sure,
because
you want to satisfy as many opinions as possible, or reach as many opinions as possible. Yes, the people that are stalwarts that support the arts every time, to the folks that they appreciate art, but maybe have never set foot in the museum before. They don't, or they're young and they're just now finding their way in the world and saying, I like art. I want to be into art.
And so it's an opportunity for myself, my staff, the city, the council, everyone to be planning for something new. But it's also, we want those ideas from the community.
Absolutely.
So this is kind of just the beginning of those community conversations. It's not going to be the only one, but it's going to be a big one.
Absolutely.
And so we'll just, keep that conversation going over the next few months.
And when the ultimate decisions made on what it's going to look like and where it's going to be and all that good stuff, it's going to be, like you said, that probably several pronged approach on what it is. It's going to be input from the public. It's going to be what the actual needs and things that are all right, these are our checkpoints. No compromise things that this facility has to have. Yeah. And then from what's our mission and where do we want to take this in the future? Do we want to, is it a preserving thing more than a creating thing, or is it a hodgepodge of both? And once we decide kind of that's going to also envision on what this facility looks like. But that's what events like tonight are to kind of flesh that out a little bit and say, what do you want here? Do you want a place to do that, or you just want a place to look at art? What is it that you're wanting? And let's cater it to that. And I'm going to take a guess is you want both is what we're going to want. Is just how do we present that?
Right. And we haven't started meeting with the architects yet. We're a little bit ways out from that, but we want all the ideas first. That's going to inform that design.
Sure.
So we want to know what those programs are. We want to know how people want the spaces to feel.
Sure. And let's face it, when you're promoting art and and trying to get people to be inspired by art, the building almost, if you're going to create from the ground up, you might want to give it some flair. You know what I mean? You know, it's like, I'm not saying build the next Sydney Opera House here or nothing, but you know, museums and things do tend to have an iconic look to it, or you know, like the Spencer Theater in Ruidoso. You know, it looks, you know, that building instantly when you see it, kind of thing. You know, you kind of want something, a little character to it. And so, how do you incorporate that into the art? You know, obviously, you know, that's the architects to design and all that, but do we want to do we want to invest money into something like that?
Yeah, but I have found the architects who are amazing and creative.
Yeah.
They're taking the ideas from us to create their vision as well.
Sure.
So we have to have an originating vision to inform what they're going to do.
Sure.
So if we don't know, we're like, we're not sure what
They
it is.
can't build what
they
you do.
can't.
Yeah.
So we need those ideas.
Trust me, as a guy that makes commercials, knows that. It's like, what do you want in your commercial? You know, it's like you know, what do you sell? Well, you know, stuff, food. We have food. Yeah. It's like,
Right. But it goes back to everything you were talking about. But it goes back to the mission. But it's also what the community needs are and how we're fulfilling those needs.
So we'd love to ask folks to come have a cup of coffee or join us tonight. It's a come and go event. So if you're free anytime between the hours of 5:30 and 8 p.m., come on down to Stellar Coffee. If you can be there at 5:30, great. But if you can't make till 7 or 6:30, no biggie. Well, come on down as whenever you can. All are welcome. Come and go. If even if you just are like, well, I just kind of curious, what's up, lady? Come on down, have a cup, and have something to drink, something to eat, and we'll chit chat with us. And we'll tell you all about it. And of course, if you're interested in being a member, that's a great opportunity to come and learn what that means and becoming, because regardless of what direction this goes in, we're going to need the support of the community to make that happen. So you becoming a member of the museum and things, yes, there's perks that come with that, but quite frankly, your membership's going to help pay for whatever is next for the museum and art center here. So if you want to learn more about that, please do that too. So, and please also mind you that just because there is no physical building right now, the museum's by far from not active. I mean, for instance, with celebrating the anniversary of Robert Goddard here, you guys just kind of finished off that celebration here too, and short of a building, it was a pretty big shindig. It
was great.
Yeah, and
we
of
had,
course partnered part of it with the school and Goddard and doing that, and then obviously with the Goddard family and the museum in is it Massachusetts?
Massachusetts.
That hosts much of the Goddard Library and stuff too. So it was kind of cool. So how did as far as from your perspective, how all that go? Because I know weather. You guys had not just
nervous.
people. There was weather variables. There
absolutely
uncontrollable possibilities that could ruin everything.
Right.
Here.
No, we had so many community partners involved, and Civil Air Patrol was there. But so we did the celebration at Goddard High School on March 14th.
Yeah.
Right. And it was perfect. Everything went really well. The weather was great. We did rocket launches all morning long.
And I think the wind held out long enough to get some launches in.
Yeah,
at least the first half.
We had to cut it off like around, I think, noon or 1 p.m. But we had some great ones in the morning, including a commemorative style rocket. So that looked like Goddard's original rocket. A little smaller version. It was like 3 feet instead of, 6 or 7 feet. But yeah, that was super cool. We had a lot of hundreds of people that came out for kid-friendly community activities. And then on the heels of that, on that Monday, we did a commemorative rocket launch at Goddard's original launch site here outside of Roswell.
Yeah,
so
and that was a video because it's private property, and they.
Yep.
They're lovely people, but they don't want everyone their Uncle traipsing on their property.
No, and the mayor knows this well. It was freaking cold.
And I'm about to say it wasn't.
It was really cold.
It was kind of a not the best weather-wise day that next day.
Saturday was great.
All that wind we got that weekend was made that Monday kind of. And was it rainy or snowy or something or threatening or something?
It was threatening. It was overcast, which is okay, but it was just really cold. Like the wind chill was probably in the 20s.
Yeah.
And so we were out there like getting prepared, like 8 o'clock in the morning, and then just like. As soon as I had to start talking on Facebook Live, my face just froze because I was like, this is really cool. But the mayor did great. He did a proclamation.
Well, see, that would have been good. Just both y'all in ski masks.
Oh, yeah. yeah. And we got it out, and Civil Air Patrol.
Trust me, I'm Caroline, and I'm the mayor.
Yeah.
Despite you can't see us, we're here.
But it was a perfect launch. Went up like 1,300 feet.
That's cool.
It was beautiful.
That is so
really,
cool.
really nice.
And it's fun. I don't care. I mean, yes, this is science, but I don't care. Everyone's a kid when they put these rockets out there and they're launching the rockets.
So just a few days later, then was the Artemis launch, and it's like I had that experience with the launch site and the model rocket launch, and then we go right to Artemis. And for me, there was like this direct connection.
Sure.
And it was just like really beautiful.
Well, and because Artemis reeks of the Apollo years, and because of the and not the shuttle program anymore, and they're doing so, which would be a little closer to what Goddard would have, those first iterations. And so the Artemis feels much more Goddard-like than even Space Shuttle program or something like that. You know what I mean?
It's just like a pioneering effort, to go around the moon.
And to be honest, there's a reason for that. I don't want to get all nerdy on y'all, but the shuttle program, that designed for lower Earth orbit, it was never, that program's never designed to go to the moon. Those engines, those things, that's why we're back to, splashing down in the sea, because they got to strap these people in much bigger rockets.
I think this is the biggest rocket that NASA's ever launched.
And it's certainly when they go to the moon, just like for comparison, it takes 4 days to get to the moon from here, roughly 3-4 days by rocket. It's going to take 4 months to get to Mars from a rocket. So they're going to need the big one to push them out into that outer orbit to catch the pull to get them there and all that stuff. So that's why we're doing it that way. And everyone's like wondering, why is this space? I know I didn't want to get all nerdy on it. We're talking about art, but that's why we're not doing space shuttle. It's a different. They're going different places. They need different equipment to do that. Shuttle wasn't getting that done.
But I'll say too, with Goddard, like it's his anniversary year. Like yes, we had an anniversary day, but we're celebrating him throughout the year.
Yeah,
and we're working on with conservators towards the recovery of the items. So most everything was submerged, but we are going to recover all of it.
That's
as well.
great. That's the thing that I think at the end of the day is, because I'm going to take a guess that day 2 or day after the flood, and you're looking at all this stuff on the walls, you're thinking, but this is all gone, and you're, or at least
it was definitely hopeful, but it's been a lot.
But to the fact that we're going to save all of them, granted, I imagine 1 or 2 are going to have a few battle scars,
right?
But for the most part, which in the art world, that's not necessarily, that adds to the story sometimes.
It gives a patina.
Of the art. Yeah, it does add to it. See that right there? That's from the flood in Roswell of 24 or 25, whatever it was. And,
on the art end, it's like there's some things that might still have staining on them.
Yeah.
Like the conservators won't be able to remove it.
Sure.
And we'll still take it as far as we can so we can preserve it as best we can. But there may be some battle scars.
So yes, I mean, ideally you don't want that, but it also, as time progresses, that's going to add to the authentications of this thing and kind of give it.
It tells the story.
Yeah, it tells the story of, which is really at the end of the day, that's why art is what, I mean, the painting's the painting. It's the same, whatever the cost of the paint, the wood, and whatever the canvas to make it was. Yeah. But it's what the story it tells and the journey it takes after there. That's all part of it. It's kind of, I would even argue. Like when you talk about the sports world and the Super Bowls and the trophies, that's why they always say usually the most coveted prize, or the one that's kind of the one that's most celebrated in all of sport, is the Stanley Cup for hockey. And the reason for that is because the history of that cup and the stories that come. Each player takes that cup and gets it for a day, and there's so many stories of that thing falling out of limousines, to going into pools, to people eating ice cream and cereal out of that thing, to some other stories that aren't as savory, but the history behind the cup has made it more valuable than the actual metal and the cup itself it's made of. You know what I mean?
I say, we're not going to eat ice cream out of the artwork, but I hear you.
But art is kind of has that thing, like the journey it travels and the thing it and the experience it had also adds to its
and that's
story.
Called its provenance.
Yes.
Right? So it's like the history of like where it came from, where it originated, from the artist's hands to the donors to its, getting to the museum.
Sure.
But then it's like that story after the museum, which we hope to not have any heavy hands on.
Right. We're not trying to create these,
no.
But if it's going to happen, we're going to run with it, kind of.
Yeah, and a lot of it won't have battle scars that you won't even be able to tell.
Like you said,
but there's going to be some.
You just can't. But my point is, we're considerably lucky that all things considering, that we're able to keep its life going, and so generations. In theory, hopefully, we'll get to continue to enjoy this art.
And
we're happy to
rare objects the Goddard collection.
Well, exactly. This one of a kind stuff. You can't replace this stuff. It's gone. It's gone to history.
Right.
And so to be able to keep it and to preserve it is we're thankful for that.
Yeah.
That being said, the second go around, we're gonna be a little more proactive on ensuring that doesn't happen again.
Like I said, a second story would be good.
Yes,
definitely. But I will just mention too, we got a.
Why is the museum on stilts?
We were awarded a state-funded grant recently for a portable exhibit of the Goddard story. Really,
so
it's not the
coming
artifacts.
Up soon too,
Artifacts will be out at conservation, but to talk about the anniversary, the history of Roswell,
like a
and
rolling
Goddard.
timeline kind of thing.
Yeah, and then the conservation too. So we'll have like a video component that we can update periodically to talk about that conservation.
Sure.
So I'm kind of excited about.
Well, and to me, that's also the cool part in the art world is to me the conservation, the preserving of the story is a story in and of itself. If that makes it like, for instance, in D.C. at the Smithsonian when they over the last several years they did a major renovation, or the conservators were doing work on the Star Spangled Banner, the Star Spangled Banner, the one that flew over Fort McHenry. It's been on display in the American History Museum for years in various ways. When I was a kid, it was literally hanging on a wall. Now they're like, we need to put it under glass and do a little more. And so, but the last time I was there several years ago, they were in the middle of rehabbing it, conserving it. But they made that a display in and of itself. And so they created a whole wing, and they had the flag laying under the glass bubble and everything. And then they had like, and that was the room it was in. And then they had like a outside room that you could walk around and see. And the conservators are literally on these little hoverboard things that are like suspended from the ceiling, and they're like a foot off and they're literally picking threads and doing what they're doing. And you're seeing it in real time kind of thing. And so to me, to kind of, like you said, with the Goddard mobile exhibit here, to kind of see photos and videos of them doing some of that work, to me is just as interesting as seeing the work sometimes.
Right.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. But more to come on that as that gets kind of established and created here. But look for that. But in the meantime, please join us tonight at Stellar Coffee here downtown, 315 North Main Street. If you're not sure, it's right down by the coffee cup there. You can't miss it. Right there. Come on down. Follow your nose and smell the coffee and the pastries, and it'll be right there. But it's a come and go event. So anytime between the hours of 5:38 this evening, come join us at the museum. Come sit down and mingle, chit chat with us. If you've got ideas or things, a dream sheet, so to speak, of what you would love to see your museum look like here, this is your chance to share that with folks that are in part of the what's next for us phase of this thing. And then, of course, again, too, if you want to get updates on where we're at right now, where we kind of give you the rough outline, but if you want to get more devil in the details here, come out tonight. And then certainly, if you're interested in supporting a museum, becoming a member or renewing your membership or upping your membership or wanting any of that stuff, we'd love to have you join us. And like we said, all are welcome, whether you've never been to the museum before or you've been a longtime supporter of the arts since as long as you've been here or day one or whenever. We appreciate you. So good deal. Of course, if you have any questions about anything, you can always go to the city's website and click on the Roswell Museum, roswell-nm.gov. There's a tab there for the museum. The Roswell Museum and Art Center has, I know, Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram.
Instagram as well. Like and follow those. You can always shoot questions or stay up to date, certainly, of the latest happenings and things at the museum. And then, of course, because the museum's not one building right at the moment, the museum's at various places. It could be the museum at the library one week. It could be at the Anderson at another time. It could be at Goddard High School one time. So as those events happen and pop up, that's a great way to kind of stay in touch with those too. Here, so good deal. Is there anything we missed?
You covered everything.
Awesome.
I so appreciate it.
Come on out tonight and have a cup of coffee with us, and let's talk about the future of the museum. And this is the exciting part. This is kind of like
it is.
This is like Santa asking you what you want for Christmas.
It's the dream. It's a dream big part.
Exactly. And I don't know if you want, maybe work with the Stellar folks. Hey, I heard them trying pickles and Oreos on there. Can you work one of those up? Maybe they'll see what they can work out.
Maybe so.
Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you.
Caroline say it's not bad. She can give. She's contesting.
I don't know if I'll do it again, but
it's not offensive.
That's right.
That's your best. Hey, try Oreos and pickles. It's not offensive. That's a marketing flow right there. Thank you, Caroline.
Thanks.
All right, 9:47. Let's pause for news, Hannity update, weather, and commercials to pay for more pickles and Oreos. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Hoping to extend the soon-to-expire U.S.-Iran ceasefire, Pakistan's army chief, acting as a mediator, is in Tehran for meetings with high-ranking Iranian officials. Meetings come as the U.S. tightens the screws on Iran with a naval blockade on all Iranian ports. Russia hammered civilian targets in Ukraine overnight, launching hundreds of missiles and dozens of drones. At least 16 people were killed, scores more wounded. President Trump goes west today, highlighting his taxpayer-friendly policies. He'll be visiting Las Vegas, where his no tax on tips policy has been a really big hit. On Wall Street this morning, stocks have turned negative. They're now in the red. The Dow is down 90 points. The Nasdaq off 52. The S&P trading 8 points lower. More details, srnnews.com.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
The best estimates we have from the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, they estimate the blockade is expected to wipe out $435 million in Iranian economic activity a day and force oil field shut-ins within 2 weeks. And if you look at economic modeling, that the war's current economic damage to Iran already exceeds 40% of its pre-war GDP. This relies on an International Monetary Fund estimate of 6.1% Iranian economic contraction in 2026. But without oil, without exports, without surplus production, that means that Iran's oil storage capacity in about 13 days will be wiped out.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
I hope you'll join the hundreds of thousands of people who choose confidence over uncertainty. Now more families are turning to Byrna, the world leader in the less lethal personal defense category, because being prepared, that changes everything. All hand assembled in beautiful Fort Wayne, Indiana. Now their compact launcher is small enough to conceal carry, but powerful enough to help stop any threat from up to 60 feet away. It fires kinetic tear gas pepper rounds that can disable an attacker for up to 40 minutes. Now that gives you distance, time, and the ability to take control of a dangerous situation without resorting to lethal force. You don't need a background check, you don't need a permit, and it's legal in all 50 states, and they'll ship it right to your door. It's trusted by hundreds of law enforcement and government agencies and families across the country. Now, Byrna gives you more than protection. It gives you confidence, control, and the power to stand ready when it matters most. Visit byrna.com or try before you buy at your local Sportsman's Warehouse location.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Hey, maybe you didn't know this, but powerlifting is a sport here in New Mexico. Weightlifting and the championships took place this past weekend in Rio Rancho. And we want to wish congratulations to some state champs from our area. Girls, 132 pounds in Class 4A. Yoretzi Palma from Goddard was crowned as the state champion there. In boys 3A, Kevin Chang won at 148 pounds. And at the 198 squat was taken by William Seaford from NMMI, which finished third overall in the team category. In Class 4A guys, Talon Payne from Goddard, champ at 165, and Martin Gamez from Roswell was second in Class 5A at 181 pounds. He also won a Best Lift award. Roswell was second in the boys team 5A category. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty warm for the next couple of days, and fair weather. We have high pressure overhead, sunshine, and mid to upper 80s for today. For the overnight hours, down around 50, breezy, and a few clouds. Little gusty on Friday. We're expecting mid 80s again and plenty of sunshine. Not as windy on Saturday, and it will be a little bit cooler. Sunny and 70, maybe a shower Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. 60 years after it invented sports drinks, Gatorade is making a surprising pivot. It's no longer focusing primarily on athletes. Gatorade's parent company says the brand wants to broaden its reach to non-athletes looking for ways to hydrate. The head of the International Energy Agency warns that Europe has about 6 weeks of jet fuel left. The IEA chief worries about possible flight cancellations if oil supplies remain blocked by the Iran war. Taiwan's chip maker TSMC reports a 58% jump in profits for the January through March quarter, thanks to strong demand, driven by the artificial intelligence boom, even as the Iran war was driving up prices. China's economy accelerated for the first quarter of this year, expanding 5% from a year ago, surpassing economist expectations. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Attention, attention. They've done it again. For 3 years in a row, Roswell Hyundai is the #1 used car supercenter in New Mexico. Whether you're in the market for a large truck, a super high-end luxury vehicle, or an affordable car for first-time buyers, the Roswell Hyundai Used Car Supercenter has one that fits your needs and your budget. So if you're looking for the best deal on your next vehicle, head for the #1 Used Car Supercenter in southeastern New Mexico 3 years straight. Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd. Spring is here, and Fulkerson has a few spring HVAC tips to help you get ready. Check for uneven temperatures from room to room. Replace your filter and pay attention to sounds that your unit makes. A professional spring checkup helps catch these issues early. And with the Right Fit membership from Fulkerson, you can rest assured knowing your unit is ready. With biannual maintenance and a reduced dispatch fee, even in the middle of the night. Call 575-319-9984 to find out more. Fulkerson Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Roswell and surrounding areas.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
At one point, Jewish leaders accused Jesus of interacting with sinners. So Jesus told them this story. Suppose one of you has 100 sheep and loses one of them. Doesn't he leave the 99 in the open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it? And when he finds it, he joyfully puts it on his shoulders and goes home. Then he calls his friends and neighbors together and says, "Rejoice with me, for I've found my lost sheep." I tell you, in the same way, there will be more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous people who do not need to repent. Okay, that story just doesn't make sense. Who would leave 99 to save one? Now, the answer is simple. Jesus would. Jesus loves and cares for all people, not just the religious. He loves the sinner, the fallen, the hurt, and the damaged. The Apostle Paul states, God wants all people to be saved and to come to a knowledge of the truth. No matter how lost you may feel, Jesus is searching for you to be with him, just like that lost sheep.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 5,700 current Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success, that's what we're about.
Feeling underwater? Van Matt and the J Squad at Roswell Nissan are ready to pull you out of the sea of fees and into your next new or pre-owned vehicle. With rates as low as 1.9% and payments as low as $199 a month, plus as little as $1 down on a brand new vehicle. And we're talking rock bottom, under the sea prices. And 100% credit approval is the goal. Drive in now and get more for your trade than anywhere else. The Underwater Trade Payoff Event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Are you worried about your taxes? Okay, so I'm talking to those of you out there that have not filed in a few years with the IRS or state. It's time to get worried, and here's why. The IRS is getting back from their own COVID lockdown, and they're hiring more enforcers, and they're going to come after people that owe taxes. So if you're a 1099 worker, and maybe you just plain forgot to file your taxes, you need to call the professionals right now at the Tax Helpline. They are experts at knowing the tax regulations, and their goal is to help you pay as little as possible. Call right now and get a 100% free tax evaluation. Remember, before the IRS knocks on your door, knock on our door. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, make this free call right now.
Call Taxes 321 now at 800-808-9443.
800-808-9443. That's 800-808-9443.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. You burn more calories sleeping than you do watching television. For the ultimate workout, fall asleep in front of the TV. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:58. Got about 2 minutes here before we wrap up today's show. If you missed any part of our show, I always invite you to check it out at your leisure. Just log on to ksvptv.com. Click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel, and you'll find all of our videos there. And then after the show, Jocelyn goes in and pulls the interviews from the main part of the show, so you can just go and watch the interviews by themselves and not have to watch the whole show if you don't want to. But today, if you missed today's show or just tuning in, we replayed our interview with Crystal Noble from the Humane Society. She joined us last Thursday talking about update there. We had Maestro Dr. John Ferrer and Cisco Brink join us from the Roswell Symphony Orchestra in the 8 o'clock hour, talking about the big show this weekend, the Ravel and Tchaikovsky show, 7:30 p.m. at the Pearson Auditorium. And then just a few minutes ago, Caroline Brooks joined us from the Roswell Museum and Art Center, talking about their mixer tonight over at Stellar Coffee and just giving us update on things there. Again, you can find it all there, ksvptv.com. And by the way, maybe the biggest revelation of the day so far for me is who knew that I liked Oreo cookies wrapped in a dill pickle. That was... We tried a thing because I guess it's a whole TikTok thing where people were into it. And so Oreo made a dill pickled Oreo, chocolate Oreo. And so Sean procured those, and then he, to compare and contrast, we actually had an Oreo and a pickle together. And that combo works, dude. I'm telling you, I'm surprised. I liked it. I didn't think it'd be good. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to sit here and just make a whole plate of those things because that'd be weird. But that being said, pickle and Oreo. If someone offers you, try it. It's actually better than you think it's going to be.